stop by for the Nintenbyte. You got the Triforce and it feels right. Like Bowser, you can listen all night, singing peaches until the sun lights. Summer shoots her beam so bright. Master Hand always brings a fight. Catch 'em all and use that fire blast. Put the soul back to visit your past. Welcome to the Nintenbyte Podcast.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Nintenbyte Podcast. We got a packed show for you guys today here. We're going to go around the room and introduce ourselves in a moment. I just want to remind everyone that is watching this on the live version that you can submit questions for the Q&A with Super Chats. I don't care, like Thunderstash is streaming this thing. You want to Super Chat in his channel, pops up on our end. We can still feature it, doesn't matter. So Super Chat in your questions and we'll put it in the Q&A. Also, the biggest, largest individual Super Chat of the whole show gets to actually choose what the final topic is today. So we don't even know what it is. I don't know what it is. Please make it Nintendo related. If you start talking about, I don't know, it can't, no religion or politics. Okay, nothing related to that. Otherwise, you want to make it an NBA topic. I'm game. I'm just saying. All right.
Yeah, it could be about how Tyler Hero is now a star.
Well, yeah. Does Miami have a winning record yet?
Soon.
I'm in the same boat.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I'm in the exact same boat. So.
Yeah, the Tyler Hero does have a true shooting percentage in the top 10.
That's good.
Right up there with
Only matters if he wins.
Working on it.
No, it's okay. I'm not here to bash Tyler Hero. He's on my fantasy team. It's been fantastic.
Yeah, he's
awesome.
probably doing really well. Yeah,
I got him in like the 5th round, and I'm like, oh my god, he's like a first round performer. This is great. That being said, that's why my fantasy team might actually make the playoffs this year. Steals like that.
Oh, you know, I actually have Giannis, by the way. So.
Oh, do you? Yeah, he's been awesome too. He's awesome every fucking year. So, that being said, let's go around the room and introduce everyone. We got one of the OG hosts of the Nintenbyte Podcast is back for one night only. I'll just restart.
Hello.
And when I say one night only, guys, I mean like one night only in November. He's planning to come on, I think, at some point in the future. I hope. He hates me. That's what it is. Remember, guys, he left the show. He hates me.
I put Giannis on my team in honor of you.
See what I'm saying? There's nothing but love around. I have Tyler Hero on my team in honor of you. See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
works out. Sorry, Suns fan. I don't have. Well, no, I got Bradley Beal, but he's like the one that doesn't play.
I have Bradley Beal too, and I'm very disappointed.
I'm very disappointed.
I know. Guys.
No, I actually am not disappointed. I signed up for this. I knew that this is what I was going to get.
I kind of figured, but I didn't want to. I wanted to be wrong. He's like just right there. I'm like, oh come on, but Coach Bud, he'll probably be all right. And then he's just not even playing. Eric Moore, how you doing, buddy?
Good.
Got a little Mario on your shoulder. I see.
Yeah.
I like it. Are you wearing the Badgers today because the basketball team shocked the world?
Yeah, right.
They actually look good.
Well, and then almost shit themselves.
Almost.
Hey, I resent that.
What?
Because I've been dealing with a stomach virus for 5 days.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, what are you doing?
No, you can say whatever you'd like. I've been making fun of myself. That's the only thing that's gotten me through this.
I was not even thinking about that.
All right, then we got Landon back on, Mr. Nintendo Land. How's it going?
It's going good.
Whoa! What is this autoplay on YouTube bullshit?
Oh, gotta love it.
I hate when autoplay is on. Don't you guys? I don't know. Maybe it's me. I hate it. I click on something and it shouldn't play. See, there it goes. Now it's muted. So why? Why isn't it just like that all the time? Anyways, sorry, Landon. Totally interrupted you. How's it going, buddy?
It's going good.
All right. Oh, dude. I really love your Neon Shy Guy and King.
That's
like that?
Oh yeah, that is awesome.
There's a Kirby too, but I don't have my cam set up. So
I didn't even see that.
Oh, there it
is. There you go.
That is
cool.
I like those.
You get a Metroid one.
When Prime 2 and 3 comes out, I will.
Oh, and a barrel for Donkey Kong.
Oh, look at that. He's going to have a full stack.
You spend some money.
You're going to have to put some.
And Cappy. Yeah, that'll be a good one too. Oh, and obviously a Triforce, you know.
Oh, yeah. That's the next thing. I got to get something Zelda up there.
That's the next one. All right. Then we have Thunderstash Gaming.
What's up? It's been a busy week. A lot of gaming. A lot of stuff going on.
Yes, there is. All right, and then obviously, you guys know who I am. Nathaniel Robojance, Mr. Nintendo Prime. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's get to our topic roulette with the 3 topics that we have set, and the 4th topic is who's ever the hell left that didn't get to do a topic, and they'll have to pick one from the top super chat, or not pick it, but do the top super chat one. So, you know what? I made the topics, so I feel like it's unfair if I go first. Let's have let's just have Steve go first. Why not?
Yeah, I'll take the Game Award nominees topic.
It's a good one.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That's a good one. All right. Eric, you want to go next?
Yeah, I will do the Mario's 40th anniversary rumors.
All right. I guess that again leaves me with the Switch 2 topic, but you know what? It's fitting for my channel, but it is, it's nice if once in a while somebody decides, you know what, I'm going to take the Switch 2 topic from the Switch 2 guy. Yeah. That's all right, though. That's all right. Someday today, there won't be a Switch 2 topic. It'll just be all game topics. The Switch 2 is already here.
Yeah.
So it'll just be talking about the games. That's what I'm waiting for.
Or to talk about firmware updates.
Oh, yeah. Firmware updates. And oh, my God, don't forget, guys, there'll probably be a Switch 2 Lite at some point, and then a Switch 2 OLED or Pro, and then,
Or maybe we'll have a debate about when the next theme will be added.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Oh man, they're gonna when then it's gonna be all about NSO, and who knows? Who the hell knows, right? We already know how the Switch generation went. Just it's gonna happen again, which by the way is a good thing. Actually, the Switch gen rocked, for the most part. My favorite system of all time. So let's go ahead and jump into that first topic. Then, Steve, did you want to bring up the Game Awards website? Or you want me to do it?
You know what? I'll go ahead and bring it up.
All right,
Let me see here. Let's go. I actually haven't voted.
Oh, perfect. Because I did. So I was kind of like, I did it on a live stream. So like, God, if I bring it up, it's going to show all my votes. I'm like, I don't know if I want to have you guys all criticize my votes.
What a loser. God, how did you vote for that?
I can't believe you didn't vote for the
Pick
Nintendo.
Shadow of the Erd 3 for Game of the Year.
What? Oh, I'd say my Game of the Year vote.
Shadow of the Erd Tree. Can't believe you picked that for Game of the Year.
No, I gave it to Astrobot.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I thought about it. I'm not going to vote. So.
Okay. Here we go. So I'm going to vote too while we're doing this because I got to go through all of these.
This is great.
Why don't we group vote it? You guys down to do that?
Sure, let's go.
Whatever. Yeah.
All right. This will be fun. Okay.
It's the closest thing I'm going to do to a vote.
Let's start voting then.
Although I do got to vote for Metroid, so it makes sense.
So
they
it's
start
right
out with the
It starts off with the big one, then goes down all the way to the ones we don't care about. It's really
Okay, Game of the Year, guys.
Man, so
I've only played 2 of these games.
So like the Game Awards did some interesting things because there's DLC included for Game of the Year. They changed the rules and they said DLC and remakes and remasters can be included for all awards. And I clearly think they made that rule knowing that people wanted Erd Tree to be in the go.
But Erd Tree doesn't even have credits.
Doesn't even have credits.
Like if you don't look it up, you're not even sure when you beat the DLC.
Doesn't even have trophies. A lot of people
it's great
DLC,
about that. Just for the record. Like I think the DLC is a good
Amazing.
mold for how they should handle like Zelda in the future.
Oh sure,
yes.
Minus a story, an actual ending. Like it would be really good. Like it's like had they did it would be perfect. But yeah, I it is kind of like the best. Elden Ring is the best game I've played this year. But it's DLC.
Yeah. So, what are you guys' thoughts on that? Because there's been a lot of discourse
I got some thoughts
on Twitter and YouTube.
I have some thoughts. Outside of the fact that I don't care, like I don't want DLC or remasters to count for any award. They should be their own award.
There should be those awards.
I will listen for remakes for sure. I'll listen on remakes. That's fine.
Yeah.
Even though they're not necessarily new games, there's usually a lot of massive changes in remakes. So I'll listen on remakes. Remasters and DLC, I don't think should count for standard awards. They should be their own thing. That being said, what makes me actually a little bit irked about this, and I didn't think about this till after I went through and voted on live stream, was if the rules say DLC and remasters count, Why is Thousand Year Door not nominated as one of the top rated games of the year for anything? Thousand Year Door is not nominated. It's a remaster. It's not nominated. And on top of that, Splatoon 3's DLC was very highly rated. Didn't get nominated for anything. So clearly the rules were made for the bias for. That's my problem. The rule exists because they want to be biased for Elden Ring because they're not including any of the other excellent remasters and DLC in any of the categories.
You want to know what's a better DLC than Shadow of the Erdtree? Because Shadow of the Erdtree is amazing. But there's a DLC that's better.
Is it the Diablo 4 DLC? Because that's really good.
I haven't played that because I'm a Nintendo fanboy. But
but you played Elden Ring. Shut up.
Well, yeah, but you know,
some other things.
I play other things. I played Astrobot. I probably pick Astrobot for Game of the Year actually.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say Future Redeemed last year.
Oh sure. Yeah.
But they include the Cyberpunk expansion, which is an expansion to a game that was a dumpster fire. But they didn't include the highest reviewed DLC ever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The
And,
rule,
like Future Redeemed, is like basically a whole game.
It's my problem is
with
the
credits.
But last year it won best ongoing game. Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Like make it make sense. What are we doing here?
It's an ongoing game because of the DLC or whatever.
Exactly.
Okay. So how about the Xenoblade then? No, we're not even going to vote on that. Okay, cool. And now we're saying DLC can just be up for Game of the Year. What the fuck are we doing?
I think it's I agree.
Bias. They want Elden Ring to take 2 games a year in a row. That's what they want.
Yeah, I didn't even think about Splatoon 3 though. Like that's a great.
It's great DLC.
Yeah,
really good. It's one of the highest rated ones this year. I think it would.
And it's a very popular game. Like,
it would lose head to Erdtree, I'm sure, but I'm not talking about that. If
we're just talking about inclusions, right? Like
that's the thing. The criteria is DLC and remasters can count. So then why are we not including any other DLC? Start there. Why is no other DLC included? Why is it only Elden Ring?
I'm very curious about the shooters category. I want to see.
Open Your Door is one of the highest rated games of the year. It's actually higher rated than one of the games on this list for Game of the Year, and yet it's still not included in any award category. Makes no sense. Make it make sense.
Splatoon, right?
Literally just bias.
So higher reviews, higher sales. So like, what other metric do we have to like,
Yeah, like it's literally they changed the rules because of Elden Ring. That's it. Hell, I'd like to see Silent Hill 2 remake up for Game of the Year.
I agree. That was an amazing game.
I mean, there was good games this year. Like
there was legitimately a ton of them. Heck, Balattro's not even the top rated indie game. Animal Well is, and that's not up. It turns out there's actually some controversy with Balatro. Did you guys hear about that? Everyone they sent review copies to, they asked them to put them on the card for Game of the Year. Yeah. So there's a little bit of controversy that Balatro is there over Animal Well, but it's because Balatro was asking reviewers to include them.
I don't know about
By the way, I'm going to tell you right now, if I ever get a vote on a panel to include games in Game of like for the Game Awards, if I'm ever included in that panel, I'll tell you right now, if any one of you reach out to me that send me review copies and ask me, it automatically means I'm not putting you on any category. They're trying to create a bias. No, I'm not. If you ask me, I don't even care if I legitimately think you should be there. You don't ask me. It's like asking me to give an Amazon review. No, I'll review it if I feel your product's worth me reviewing.
Yep.
Yeah, I will just try and assess it as objectively as possible.
Well, that's the problem. When they ask you, it starts to not.
Oh yeah, I mean, it definitely makes that a lot harder. Yeah, for sure.
That being said, Balattro's an amazing game. Like, that's the thing. It actually is a really. Good
all
game.
These games are good.
Yeah.
Like all of them are.
So are we all on the same page here with the DLC remaster remake?
Yeah,
I think so.
It seems
But
about
do we not
90%
vote?
of the internet is.
I guess the question is though, do we not vote because of that though? Do we not pick Shadow? Because Shadow of the Erdtree, like if we're just talking about strictly game, like the gameplay experience, is Shadow of the Erdtree not the best gameplay experience of these 6?
For me, it was Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Yeah,
All
I want to
day.
play that.
All day.
I know some for some it's Metaphor.
Yeah, that one's
Yeah, and I need to start that. I have it, so I can't vote for it since I haven't played it. But
I want to play all these games except Balatro. So
for me, I voted on mine. I voted for Astrobot. but I had some logic behind that vote. I actually don't think it's the most deserving on the list, but I also think it's the one that has the best shot against the Elden Ring DLC. So I figured I would throw my vote that way in principle to not let Elden Ring get the vote.
Oh, so
Do
is
you
this
guys
kind of
really
like
think it will
voting?
win?
Like, well, it's interesting because Final Fantasy and Metaphor might take votes away from each other.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think they will,
Yeah.
and I also don't think Metaphor is like really like it's the kind of RPG that isn't like super popular with reviewers. Usually, like everyone on the panel, you got to remember this is voted on by like media. Most people in the media probably haven't even played the game.
That's a good
So like we've seen games like that are excellent that go up for Game of the Year that like never have a shot, and I feel like it's kind of sucks because Metaphor I think should probably be Game of the Year, but Astrobot, I think, is clearly very popular with reviewers. They've made that very clear all over social media how much reviewers love Astrobot.
There's just
But
so
it's
many
kind of
games
like,
to
but they
play,
put
bro.
Elden Ring on there because, as Andres said, like, oh, it might be the best gameplay experience he played all year. Yeah, that's the way a lot of people feel. But on principle, I don't want it to win. So I'm going for the other game. Like, if it ends up being, because I have a feeling Game of the Year this year is going to be pretty split. Like between the actual people with the big voting power. So I think the fan vote might actually come into play to be the difference maker this year because we count for 1% of the vote. So
Astrobot would be such a huge W.
Oh yeah.
if for Team Asobi, it'd be massive. It also would, but for me, send good vibe messages to Sony that we want more games like this from you guys. We don't want just your big 200 million plus budget games.
I'm gonna say it's an
Yeah.
important game for sure. I mean, like just to see another 3D platformer up there. I mean, we've been begging people outside of Nintendo to finally do something like this, and now for it to get pretty much 10s across the board, it's a pretty big deal, I think.
Now, I will say this: if Astrobot somehow wins next year when 3D Mario's up and it doesn't win, that's going to be a huge talking point.
Mm.
And I'm saying this. I know for a fact 3D Mario is going to be a better game than Astrobot. Like I don't have any doubt. And I also love Astrobot. I 100%ed it. It's a fantastic game. I mean, I think the fact matters. Next year there just might be even more competition. So anyway, my vote's for Astrobot.
Same.
I'm good with that.
But see, Steve wants to. Is anyone going to help Steve out? He wants Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
I think Final Fantasy is going to get it, honestly.
You
But
think it's going to pull it?
I'd go Astro for me, but personally, I think Final Fantasy is going to pull it.
Damn. I by the way, I played Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I didn't beat it, but it's good. I liked it way the hell more than 16.
Yeah.
Like
So good.
Like it was good. I don't know if it was quite as good as remake, but I mean, it's fine. It's the middle child of a trilogy. Usually, the middle child not the greatest.
Can I go back to Shadow of the Erd Tree? No, I'm not saying to vote. I just want to talk more about it.
Sure, go for it.
Yeah, like I'm just thinking more about it, right? Like you have to play for hours upon hours upon hours upon hours to just unlock the ability to play that DLC.
Yep.
Because the gateway to it is extremely late game. And so that like you can't even like just jump into it, which is insane. Also, this is maybe a critique. I think it kind of comes down to opinion, but just navigating the map of the Shadow of the Erd Tree, like I got to the final boss pretty quick, but there were like several map areas I had never explored, and to find them, they're in the most obscure random places that you pretty much have to look up. And so like I guess from one angle you could say it's cool because it kind of like it I guess it motivates you to like look through every nook and cranny, and it kind of brings back like that sort of old style of gaming where people would like talk about, oh, where'd you find this and that, but I don't know, man, when you have to like do a random like gesture to move a random block in a random point in a castle that you may never find just to explore one of the coolest areas in the game, like it's epic that it's there, but the odds of someone finding that without looking it up are like nigh impossible.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
it's weird.
Yeah, it's understandable. So, Stash, where are we going with this?
All right. So we got best game direction, and it's all 6 games again.
Yeah, it's the same games. I didn't even realize you changed category.
Exactly. So
So it's about creative vision and innovation in game direction.
I mean, we're talking about innovation.
So I think I voted originally for Balatro on this one
It would be the most innovative.
Yeah, it's the most innovative of all of them. All the rest are just doing things we've seen before.
It's
Doing
not
them
just
very
about
well.
innovation, though.
Sure, it's also about creative vision.
I mean, I don't think anybody's ever done a roguelike with poker. So, I mean,
it's very
they
creative.
kind of created their own thing.
Yeah, there's like no other game like it. There's literally not another game like Balatro in existence.
So it's very unique.
Yes, it's extremely unique and it's really good on top. It's like
It is.
it's not just like we made
I've
this
actually
unique thing to be
played it.
unique. It's just a really good game. So that's what I voted for because all the rest, like creative vision and innovation, I don't see any of the rest really being truly innovative. Creative vision, sure. I mean, that's going to be subjective, but a lot of that's on like what you enjoy. And I enjoy all these games, but it's just kind of like the only one that felt like it actually took a risk was that game.
I guess when I think about this category, like to me, it almost feels like just another way to say game of the year, which
Yeah.
I don't like. But if you look at it from the perspective of just being totally unique, I think it becomes a better category. So they probably should change the wording on that, but they won't.
No, of course they won't.
Yeah. So I mean, for the perspective of like unique game experience, I understand where you're coming from. But yeah, it's definitely the least interesting game to me also on this list. So I don't want to vote for it.
Then don't. Where would you go with your vote?
Thing is, I've only played Erdtree and Astrobot, but like I've seen a lot of footage for Black Myth.
Wukong. Yep.
And that one's, I just love that they decided to make a game based off Journey to the West. I think the novel's called like that. Like exploring that lore is just huge, and so to me that sticks out to me. But I also seen Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is beautiful, but it is also a remake. Well, I guess it's not a remake. I know it's different. I would go with just Black Myth Wukong just based off what I've seen, at least.
I have it pre-ordered. I have the physical edition pre-ordered.
I would go with.
Welcome, Mike Odyssey.
What's up, Mike?
Sorry.
Welcome.
Life happens.
Yeah, exactly. That was
Yeah, everyone was saying that you were raging at me because I forgot to tag you in that tweet.
rage.
Mike
Oh,
is
that's rage.
off.
He actually has a shrine in your name in his closet, and he just shattered to pieces after that. tweet.
Like a,
Voodoo doll stabbing it.
yeah,
Wow, that explains my knee pain today.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
that's hilarious. Hi, people. What's up?
What's up, man? How
So
you doing?
has anyone else played Black Myth Wukong? No one's played it, right? So I have physical pre-ordered. It comes out December, I think 5th.
That's so stupid, by the way. You're still waiting because of physical pre-order.
They didn't even have a physical one coming
know.
now.
Why though? The game was so hyped. Why wouldn't you have physical at launch, man?
Well, it's just like look at Alan Wake 2. It was the same deal. I ended up picking that up physically,
It's lame.
and I didn't get either of them digitally. I decided to hold because I'm like, I have a feeling they're
Also
going to go
second
physical
wind.
shortly after, and they did.
Of course.
It's crazy that Elden Ring is there, man. Horrible.
Oh, it's also best game direction. I just realized
Yeah.
it's the same exact selection.
Yes.
as
It's the same.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I think
There's no-
That's why
no,
we're,
it's
that's
the
why we're
same.
saying Balatro for game direction versus
That's
real.
the game of the year.
make it
All
win
right.
all of it.
We still have 27 categories.
Right.
Yeah, we gotta go through
we
this a
gotta
little
get a little
quicker.
bit-
We'll get cracking. So
We just
best,
talked about the most important ones. So
Right.
best narrative.
Okay, so it's like the best storytelling. So I'll just be honest. On mine, I went with Hellblade. Because that's what that entire game is. It's nothing but narrative, and it's very good. And the story is so unique and crazy. I love it. I absolutely love that game. Like it's not going to win a lot of awards. It might not win any, but this is the award I feel like it should win. That was my argument. I'm good. That's what I voted for.
I haven't played any of these games, so I don't have
Right.
a good opinion on it.
Yep.
I got Rebirth.
I
voted
feel
for
like the
Rebirth.
opinions will come with the family category.
Yeah.
So
And I voted for
Nintendo
Rebirth.
category.
I played Final
That
Fantasy.
they're not going to win this year.
Mike, you voted for Rebirth.
Yeah, I played it. I have a bias against Final Fantasy because it's my favorite RPG series. So
There you
I played Rebirth. That was my last RPG. Actually, no, never mind. There's Mario and Luigi, right? That's an RPG too.
Yeah. So I
Yes.
played Hellblade, Silent Hill 2, and Rebirth. I did really enjoy the story in Silent Hill 2, Hellblade, of course. I got to go with Rebirth though, because for me, I think Final Fantasy VII's story
Yeah.
is one of the greatest video game stories for an RPG that I've ever played.
Yeah.
We're talking the original Final Fantasy VII. So this is part of that, obviously, that story. So I got to go with 7 Rebirth.
That seems like a good choice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And to add to that, when it comes to the story, I like that. Yeah, they went with the same story, but when they went in deeper with Final Fantasy VII.
Exactly. That's why I say, guys, if we get a Ocarina of Time remake, I want Nintendo to give it the Final Fantasy VII remake treatment,
Yeah.
where we go deeper into everything. Don't remove
Voice
anything.
acting.
Yes, just make everything bigger, better, more lore, more story,
Yeah.
all of that.
Tie in the Zonai.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Be amazing.
Next, it looks like best art direction. I don't even know what I voted for, to be honest. They're all just like the expected art directions.
I
All they
mean, I will tell you that for Shadow of the Erdtree, there are some really crazy looking areas. Like, it's beautiful. Like, and I think what's cool about it, I was
Probably
complaining
gonna
about.
It's going to win a bunch of awards.
What?
It's probably going to win this one. It's probably going to win a bunch of them. That's why they included it.
I don't know. I mean, in terms of what game like visually impressed me though, I mean, Astrobot like has a lot of variety.
Yeah.
Like all the worlds look very different. I mean, some of the worlds look like what a giant open world 3D Mario game would look like, or something. Like it's a beautiful game, and it's like, it's actually a PS5 game. I mean, granted, it's not graphics; it's art direction, but the art direction in Astrobot I think is really good.
Yeah.
Like, actually, if you think about it, like, so a lot of environments are depicted as like very like natural, organic, but everything's actually robotic. Like, so you'll see like robotic plants, robotic birds, robotic snakes, and it's like it's a very cool concept, and you see it evoked in so many different types of environments. So I don't know. I'm arguing Astrobot, but I've also played it. I didn't play Neva. So I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I just don't care.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give some love to Metaphor.
Yeah, the games I want to love aren't in this category. So
I'm gonna go with Black Myth Wukong just on the trailer, just because I like the animation and the how
It's
how
cool.
well thought out the world was. Like every single detail of the face of the expressions
oh yeah,
are very cool. So I'm gonna go with that one.
makes sense.
Best score and music. I would just say for me, this is easily, based again on what I've played,
Yeah, Final Fantasy.
is Rebirth. That soundtrack is
Man,
extremely memorable.
nostalgic like crazy, right?
Yeah, but the new songs they put in there are just like insane. Like the when you get to Gungaga in the game, that soundtrack all throughout Gungaga and through that town, I'm just like, holy shit! I could literally just listen to this and walk around and do nothing because it's so good.
I just want to say Stellar Blade finally showed up.
Yeah, good to see Stellar Blade on there.
I think the music is awesome,
No,
among other things.
I will say though, on Silent Hill 2, that soundtrack is amazing. The way they have sound effects in that game, it is so creepy, scary, very atmospheric. It's extremely impressive. That's obviously why it's on this list. It's not your traditional type of soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic job though, but for me, easily Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
I'm good with Rebirth.
All right.
Looks like the real soup is
audio
Final
design.
Fantasy.
No, audio design is.
Oh, Astrobot has to be.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Bro.
Astrobot.
Like when you're playing the game, you hear all these sound effects through the controller. Like it's crazy, dude.
It's yeah. The Astrobot.
Like you hear the raindrops, the pitter patter of your feet. Like it's
You hear that in Silent Hill 2 also.
You can even feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did a really good job with the DualSense speaker. You hear all of that, the rain, the footsteps, you hear the wind through it, you hear the radio crackling. All throughout the game, the radio crackles when there's an enemy nearby,
Oh
That
yeah,
sounds
yeah,
awesome.
Yep.
and you can't see it because it's in the fog. So all you do is you start to hear it because the fog literally covers up the enemies. So that's just another way that this game can really scare the shit out of you through its atmospheres because you can't even see it, but you hear it.
That's why Silent Hill rocks, by the way.
So it's so
Yeah,
good.
I mean,
dude.
from what you're describing, if you pick Silent Hill 2, I would be completely okay with that.
Mhm.
So
All right, I'm gonna pick it then because
it makes me want to play it now.
it was so
It's
good. It
so
was
good.
so good.
Yeah.
I cannot believe how good this game was. It exceeded my expectations.
Let me ask you a question. I haven't played Resident Evil 4 Remake yet. What should I play first, Silent Hill 2 or Resident Evil 4 Remake?
Did you played Resident Evil 4 originally?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
several times. I that's like a game I replay every year or two.
It's so good. I would actually play Silent Hill 2 first.
Okay.
Yeah, I played both. Loved them. Yeah, I would play Silent Hill 2. I think you really like it.
Cool.
Okay, best performance for individual voice acting or mocap.
I'll go with Humberly Gonzalez because she looks like my wife.
Well, that's one way.
There you go.
I know when I voted for this, I went with Melina because she literally is Senua. It's been 2 games in a row now. She just is that character. It's her. She's really good at it.
It would be nice if they put not just the game, but what character.
So James or
Right?
Luke Roberts plays James Sunderland, the main character in Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Brianna White, though, I don't know. I'm guessing she plays not Tifa, but
Yeah, as I say, I don't think it was Tifa.
I would presume Aerith. Let's see, Brianna White, Final Fantasy
yeah,
7
Aerith.
Rebirth.
Aerith. Yeah.
Aerith.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Aerith's character is just there's a lot of
Pick Melina so Senua Saga can get something.
that's true. We'll give it to her.
All right. Next.
Also,
It was a great performance.
It
So
was-
we get to another topic before I have to leave.
Innovation and accessibility.
They are all losers.
So I don't know anything about. So I can't even remember what I voted on for this category because honestly, I'm not disabled, so none of the accessibility options matter for me.
I
have no idea.
I'm telling you, they're all losers. They all lost.
All right, so just skip it. Or
Well, I played
guess.
2 of these games. I played Black Ops 6 and Prince of Persia. I'll give it to Prince of Persia, especially
game.
because I think they closed. Did they close the?
Yeah, studio
Studio?
doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, so let's stick it to them. Let's
Throw 'em
give
a
it an
bone.
award.
How about Star
Yeah.
Wars? Ubisoft
No,
is almost
no one
closing.
cares.
Or Star Wars.
And I got it for free, so I can't complain.
Yeah,
Games for impact. So a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message.
I haven't played any of these. Pick Neva
I
just
think
because it has a cool art.
Hellblade's probably good. What would you say Hellblade is for, Nate?
It's like isn't it like a psychological thriller that messes with your head and
Yeah,
I just stopped
anxiety.
Literally crazy.
yeah,
Like, the main character is literally crazy. And
Depending
But
on
does it
impact
have
you
a
want-
pro-social meaning or message?
no, this category is basically Life is Strange's, and it's like why it exists.
yeah.
Like that's all that game is about is pro social media.
All right, then pick that one because that's what's going to win.
It probably is.
Do you guys know about Indica?
That one I don't know much about.
I've never heard of it until now.
I know
Yeah.
about the indica that you smell.
Mhm. Yeah.
I go to Neva.
I don't know what the game though.
Dude, listen. Okay, so I own this game physically. I haven't played it yet. But when I first heard about it, I'm like, this sounds so interesting. So let me just explain to you what it says on Steam. It says it's a story-driven game set in alternative Russia at the turn of the century where religious visions clash with harsh reality. Indica tells the story of a young nun who sets off on a journey of self-discovery with the most unusual companion by her side, the devil himself. Pretty wild, right?
She's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Okay, that game might win. I don't know.
No, probably won't. I bet you Hellblade.
You can't win.
Yeah, or Life is Strange. But you know what? I'll give the nod to this one because it probably doesn't have a chance.
Doesn't have a chance.
Best ongoing game.
Of course.
So Diablo 4 just got an expansion
I got a question.
last month.
Helldivers 2 is a brand new game this year. How can we call it best ongoing? It hasn't even existed for a year.
Well, I agree. And so it's like, are you saying best live service game? Is that what you mean?
Then where's World of Warcraft?
If so, then why don't we call it that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and World of Warcraft should be on here. It had just had an expansion this year.
I agree, man. I agree.
It's got to be Fortnite.
Yeah, I think I voted Fortnite because Yulia really loves Fortnite. So I said, fuck it.
I'm like, you can play the guitar in that game now. There's literally Guitar Hero,
Dude,
Racing,
it's
Rocket
insane.
League.
They got Lego Fortnite now. Yeah, it's
I've never played Fortnite.
like infinitely. It's just never ending. There's so much stuff going on. There's constant new seasons, new content.
I'll
You
give
don't
it the nod.
You don't even have to spend a dime if you just play enough. Like the new seasons, you can earn V-Bucks through the seasons. It's actually
I'll give it the nod because Diablo 4 expansion pissed me off because I had my cousin calling me and texting me saying, "How do I get in? I just want to play this game. I don't understand why it's so hard to play video games today." You know, that he was queued to get in there for hours and hours. Then I went online and did some research, tried to find some workarounds for him. Nothing worked. And he literally just couldn't play the game. This is the day the expansion came out.
Give it to Diablo. It won't
I bet you Helldivers wins it, even though it shouldn't qualify.
It
but
probably
Fortnite
does.
was the fan pleaser this year. I mean, they had a whole bunch of
Like, you haven't even proven the game can survive a year. Can we really call it best ongoing game? And then, by the way, if we're going to talk about best ongoing game, where the fuck is Splatoon 3?
Yeah.
Literally had DLC this year, and it's not a new game. Like, I don't understand what they're doing in those categories. It just doesn't make sense to me.
That's community support.
So this one I don't know because this would involve me having to actually get involved with support
in their communities.
and the communities. So I don't know.
I'm going to give it to No Man's Sky because
Fair enough.
the amount of support this game continues to get years and years after its release is insane.
Sure.
And I played it on PSVR too.
And the funny thing about Baldur's Gate 3 being included there is Larian Studio says they're completely done and doing nothing else with the game. And yet it's on there for best support where they just said we're done.
No community support.
I know,
So,
but
Community support, yeah.
yeah, but it's about supporting the, if you read what it says, it's about supporting the community that plays it, but they're done with the game. They're not going to do anything else.
Hey, give it to Animal Well.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking.
Chad.
All right, cool. Moving on.
Yeah.
Best debut indie game. You know what?
Animal Well.
I'm gonna give some love to.
Oh
Plucky
yeah,
Squire.
Plucky Squire.
I
bro.
love that
That's a
game.
good game.
Finally.
Really good game.
Hell yeah, Plucky Squire.
Best mobile game. Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket.
For real.
I'm pretty sure I gave it to Melatro.
Yeah, well, you're wrong. Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket. Let's go.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that
Lots
too.
Game of the year. So like that, you know.
Yeah, well, opinions.
Best VR AR game.
No clue.
I had no.
I didn't know any of these existed.
Metro Awakening.
I think I voted Batman just because I like Batman.
Oh no! Wait. I take
I
it
don't
back.
actually play any of these games.
I'm gonna go with Metro Awakening.
Okay,
Sure.
seems cool.
It's on my list of games to play and review.
Well, we know the category Andres wants to get to.
Best action game.
Ooh, action.
Stellar Blade.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, these all seem like good
Blacksmith might
options.
win it. Blacksmith's up for game of the year.
Yeah.
Gotta win a
Yeah,
category.
that's fair.
All of the duty.
Best action adventure
Okay,
game.
I have a bone to pick on this.
Zelda echoes.
No, I have a bone to
Astro.
pick on this. I have a
Yeah,
bone to pick on this.
Let's hear it.
Astrobot is a 3D platformer. It is not an action adventure game. What the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
Well, Mario's now action adventure.
Right?
What the fuck are we doing?
Um,
Astrobot isn't part of this category.
Yeah,
But-
it's a platformer.
It's
I
dumb.
mean,
It's gonna
there
win.
are
No,
boss fights.
and this isn't because
Ooh.
Zelda's going to lose. I'm
I know
saying
what they're gonna
Astrobot's
do.
gonna win the category. It just shouldn't qualify for this category.
If you read the description, best for the best action adventure game, for the best action adventure game combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving, Echoes of Wisdom has the best puzzle solving.
Yeah.
It has a really interesting traversal, and there's actually a great deal of combat. If you play that game in hero
Sure.
mode, it's actually pretty hard.
It's not gonna win. But
No, but I pick it.
Astrobot's gonna win because they're gonna give Game of the Year to
Astrobot's up for Game of the Year.
DLC.
It's gonna.
Astrobot should win best platformer, but all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not, the Astrobot shouldn't even be up for this. I don't get it.
Yeah, I would vote for Echoes of Wisdom.
By the way, I'm not insulting Astrobot. It's amazing. This just is not the kind of game it is. So why is it in this category?
Wrong
I
category.
hear
Yeah.
you.
It's kind of weird. Yeah,
Sorry,
like
you're
like
gonna use
Silent Hill 2 is a survival horror game. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what's that even doing in there?
like
I-
there is a lot of puzzles in that game. I will
Well,
give you that. There's a lot.
I don't know anybody that classifies Silent Hill 2 as an action adventure game.
So
I
then
don't know.
it would be up for best puzzle. I mean, it's
Yeah.
Best horror game.
best. It's
All right, best RPG.
At least
And
they have nothing but RPGs in this one. Finally,
they should
Shadow of the Erd Tree.
Mario would have been here.
You know, honestly, they should have a best Souls-like category. Best
Right?
Souls game. Because
I
there's
tell
so
you-
many now.
Not
here's the
counting
thing.
Soulsborne games.
They should have that, and they should have a best Metroidvania category. Because the amount of
Oh, there's a lot of
Metroidvanias that come out every year is like 20 plus
Yeah.
easily.
The other issue
between-
though is having time in the award show though.
Well, I mean, they'll just add more time.
you know how many awards they just gloss over?
yeah, you
I
realize
mean, it's true.
they announced like 7 awards at once in
Yeah.
30 seconds.
That's a good
Like-
point.
You know?
Well,
I concede.
I obviously got to go with Rebirth.
Yeah,
I did play Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree. I enjoyed it. I platinumed the game originally. DLC was fun, but nothing for me beat the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
The
experience.
overall experience is better.
Ooh, Powerpuff Girls.
So best
Uh,
fighting.
Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is lit.
I thought it was Sparkling
I told
Zero.
Marvel vs. Capcom because I actually like it.
I actually like Grand Blue Fantasy Versus as well.
Yeah, I actually like Marvel vs. Capcom quite a bit.
But I'm
Yeah,
like, I argue them. It should really be included. It's just a collection of older games, but they're really fucking good. So what do you want me to do?
Oh, but it's a remaster.
Yeah, it counts. It's remastered.
Okay, here's the best family game.
Super Mario.
Well, I think
Jamboree.
this is wrong.
It's
Like,
gonna go to
like-
Astrobot.
That's weird. That is weird.
But Astrobot's not appropriate for family play because family play implies you're playing with your family.
Exactly.
It's a single player game. I think Jamboree wins by default.
Yeah.
But it won't.
I know because it's dumb, but
Nah, best family game. They just mean by game meant to be played by anyone in your family.
Yeah,
I know,
they're
but
gonna
that's
give it to
not
a
what's
Nintendo
said.
game.
that's not how it's described.
Right.
Yeah, I know. It says family play, which is like party games, but there's only one party game. Everything else is single player. But it's just like Jamboree probably should deserve it. It's like the best.
Bro, you pick Echoes of Wisdom.
Hey,
Yeah.
give Zelda the love. It's got to win something.
Exactly.
It probably won't win anything this year, but hey, you can try.
I'm trying to put all my Nintendo eggs in the basket that I think
Right, yeah.
other people will put it in.
Sure.
Yeah.
Best
You're voting
film strategy.
strategically.
I agree with you though about Mario Party. That makes sense.
This is one of my favorite genres.
Lost
I
Files,
love this
Nintendo
genre.
Studios.
Oh, Unicorn Overlord.
Yeah, Unicorn. To me, it was between Manor Lords and Unicorn Overload because they're both amazing.
I really liked Unicorn Overload. I haven't beat it, but I have it. I've played it. It was really cool. I played the demo. I liked it enough to buy it. And I'm not. This isn't usually a category of games that I play, but I want it to be open. And so I played the demo. I really liked it. So let's give us some love there.
Okay.
Best sports / racing game.
Well, I mean, the NBA 2K has Jason Tatum on the cover, so that's an automatic L.
Yeah, I actually said the same thing when I voted live on this. I was like, yeah, no.
Here's
Sorry.
the thing, like, okay, guys, for real, I really do not care for 2K as a company
Sure.
and their microtransaction hell that they put people through. Not a fan of how they've handled 2K over the last few years.
Is EA any better though?
Exactly. This is my point, man.
So
Like we're
WWE.
choosing between 2K and EA.
pick Top Spin because racket sports are good for your health.
I mean, I liked Codemasters back in the day,
virtually, so
Alright,
it's not
fine.
actually helping your health.
but that ain't gonna win. I mean,
WWE.
maybe we just go with the
54.
WWE because I am a wrestling fan.
Yo, but where's Switch Sports basketball?
Right?
Hey, it's DLC, should count.
Right? That's good.
Here we go. Best multiplayer.
Jamboree.
Did I vote? I might have voted Mario Party on this one.
I haven't played any of these games yet. I intend on getting Jamboree. I want to get Helldivers too. I feel like the ship might have sailed on that one though.
Well, Sony messed up the PC, which was like the primary audience. They really pissed them off.
Yeah, that definitely, like, I was trying to get like a group to play with me, and then that kind of got in the way of it. So I don't know.
I mean, you gotta go Jamboree.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
apparently the best Mario Party game ever. Like, we gotta give it
It is.
something, right? Best adaptation.
Ooh, hold up.
So I watched the Fallout series.
Yeah,
Really enjoyed it.
that's what I voted for. Was Fallout.
Starcraft, is it out yet? The Tomb Raider?
You know, I don't know.
If it's not, then why is it up for
That's
nomination?
what I'm saying.
I'm pretty sure. I think it's on Netflix, isn't it?
I've been looking forward to that. I'm like, look, when is it
Probably out. I don't think they would put this here if you can't have seen it yet.
out? I'll choose Fallout because that one's hilarious.
I really enjoyed.
Oh yeah, a lot
Fallout.
of people talked about that. That was a big deal.
That's super funny.
Okay.
It's like apocalyptic.
Oh!
sequel.
Here we are. This is the big one.
Yeah. Mike, it came out on October 10th. The Lord of
Oh man.
Really?
All right, so
Yeah,
we
There's
know
only
what.
one correct answer.
Yeah, we know what the majority is gonna pick.
Monster
Grand
Hunter
Theft
Wilds.
Auto
Monster Wilds.
GTA 6 is going to win it.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna pick Metroid Prime 4.
Yes.
Give it some love, no doubt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto
The
6.
actual
Florida edition, Miami
game.
edition.
Game that's guaranteed to be up for GOTY next year, most likely. On this.
With some, Metro
Well,
Prime.
you know what? Death Stranding 2 will probably be up as well.
I mean, I bet GTA and Prime 4 will both be up for.
Well, GTA might not if it releases in like December.
Well, then it shouldn't even be in
the
this
heck?
freaking.
Well, I only
You know,
know
it could be up.
Gamer.
That's what's most anticipated. It's not about Game of the Year.
Yeah, whatever. Prime
So-
4 wins.
I gotta ask you guys. Be
I know,
honest.
I'm
Be
just
honest
messing
with me.
I only know typical gamer.
Does
so-
anyone know who any of these people are?
I know
No.
who Queso is because my kids watch.
Where's Thunder
Landon,
Stash?
do you?
Queso, yes. I don't know any other ones.
I don't. I don't know who anyone is.
I know
Thunder
typical gamer.
Stash. I picked Thunder Stash.
Ustada.
They're all like Twitch streamers. Basically.
Give it a the only YouTuber. Typical gamer.
Oh, that's a good point.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I've always had an issue with calling live streamers content creators.
Yeah.
Like,
It should be streamer category.
right, like
Exactly.
it's I don't mean it as any disrespect to live streamers. I just think
Right.
they're two different things.
Yeah, there should be two
I think
categories.
there's a lot of like people aren't. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I feel like people like Scott the Wise should have been up for this award a long time ago.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Best esports game.
League of Legends.
I think I voted for Counter Strike because I just like Counter Strike.
I would probably go Counter Strike as well for
Same.
that reason, just because I do like Counter
I
Strike.
actually like Counter Strike. It's fun to just do a few matches here and there.
We already picked Metroid, so I don't care anymore.
Yeah, I'd say your category's over. You're good.
Best.
Dude, Faker, man.
You know how
Faker.
you know how I voted on this because I don't watch esports. I
Yeah.
literally said just based on profile pictures alone, and then I went down each profile picture, what was great and what was bad about it.
I like Chovy's profile picture the most.
Yeah, Chovy is the one I ended up choosing because it just the thumbs up. I don't know what it is. It just got me.
He's just the most chill.
Yo, but Faker,
I
man.
just- my
Faker?
favorite was that 33 guy, the Netta dude. I said he looks like an employee of the month Best Buy photo.
Yeah, right.
Oh, dude, totally. I could see that.
Yeah. And
Right.
Alex Sips, like, it's the prior month, so
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Chovy too because he does look the
Wow,
most
Chovy.
chill.
yeah.
I like that.
Watch him be like the most worst person.
These guys
ever.
got their arms
Yeah.
crossed like they're big badasses over here. This guy thinks he's number one. This guy also does. He's just chilling. I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, he's just there, man.
Give him the modest
They
vote.
might not even pick those profile pictures.
The
It might have been
best
someone else.
esports team. So I ended up voting on the only team that reminds me of a game I like.
Where's Shelby at?
Pretty
What's
obvious which
Shelby
one
at?
that is.
We got
League of
Sparks.
Legends is 3 of the 5.
No, actually, I did not vote for Navi. I voted
This
for
doesn't
T1.
matter to me at all. I don't care
I
about
voted
any of
for
this
T1.
stuff.
I'm going to tell you why. T1 Terminator, baby. That's why I voted. But then I was like, Navi. Hey, that's Zelda.
I mean, yeah.
But where's
Yeah.
Shelby though? Where's Shelby?
I think we got to go Navi.
Gotta vote for Shelby. Wait,
If
Navi?
anything, for
The guy with the
Andres's
arms?
intro on his show.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
There you go.
Oh, well,
Oh,
Hey,
yeah, there we
listen.
go.
okay.
I
There
hear
we
you
go.
there.
Yeah.
Sure. That's something, I
see
guess.
it.
Something, I guess.
Player's voice, 3 rounds.
Oh, yeah. That won't be till December 2nd.
Okay, so that's it.
That's like players voting game of the year kind of thing.
Cool.
So it's like the second biggest award of the show.
Right.
All right. Well, that was game of the year stuff. So I think the biggest thing to look at with this is simply, do we think the Game Awards did a good job?
Nope.
No.
I mean, I literally bitched about half the awards and how things don't make sense for the categories they're in.
Horrible.
Like,
Well, look, is there room for improvement? Yes. There's always going to be with anything. I think it could have been a lot worse. I think there's certain games that came out this year that were released for a reason. Let me just say that. And they're not here, which I think if they would have been there, then it could have been a big disaster. Certain games, like Dustborn, for example. If that game would have made it in here for some reason, like games that did really bad, but they were released for certain reasons, I think that could have been a disaster. So could they improve the categories? Yes, absolutely. They should probably add a couple of categories too.
Fail of the year.
That would have been fun. I mean,
Right.
yeah, we could have had Concord on there.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well,
Yeah.
Give us a good laugh, dude.
I mean, they would have.
Can you imagine though having to send developers up from a now defunct studio to accept an award for failing?
No, make Sony go up there
They
and get it.
literally can't do that. They literally can't. They
It
can't.
would be cool to see a Razzie kind of award, though.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah.
The thing is, though, people
website
can't handle that.
Sadly, I would say though, if we're completely honest, it is pretty savage for someone to win an award for being the shit of the shit, and then they don't even have a job right now, and they have to go up and accept it. That's a little like.
Yeah, but you make Sony go up there because they're the ones who bought them.
You would hope. You would hope that you would make like the CEO of Sony or whatever go up and have to accept that award out of embarrassment. But
Well, it's not really an award, so
yeah, it's not one you want to win.
Won't get punishment.
You don't want to be the shit of the year.
well, it's not an award.
But I do agree they should
An
add
insult.
something for entertainment value and humor. Even if it's not a big deal. Just something.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sony's acceptance speech goes up there and be like, "You too can spend $400 million and win an award."
I mean,
That would be good.
All right. I guess we can move on to our next topic. Eric, what are we talking about? This is a fun one.
we are talking about Mario's 40th anniversary in the rumor.
Hey.
So- Nash Weedle's back and promising big things for Mario's 40th anniversary next year. One of those big things appears to be Mario Galaxy 2 for Switch. What else do we think Nintendo will do?
First
Next, 3D Mario.
Yeah, like look, 3D Mario, Mario Kart, but like here's the thing. I think those things would happen anyways because of the new system. So I feel like that wouldn't be considered a surprise because he said there would be surprises. Like that's not surprising. Mario Galaxy 2 released standalone for $60. Like that would shock the fuck out of me because
It's not going to be $60.
it shouldn't. Well, it might be if they decide to do a Switch 2 version that's 4K.
No.
They Bowser's Fury.
I
New
think
game.
they need to put Galaxy 1 and 2 together as a bundle.
Bowser Fury 2.
Well, so
Mario.
my take is that if 3D Mario's coming out next year, right, they're not going to do a Bowser's Fury or anything like that, right? Like they're not going to do anything crazy with Mario Galaxy 2 if they have a new 3D Mario coming out in the same year.
It's gonna be a collection again, collection pack.
They could do another collection. There's a history of that during these 5-year intervals.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said they could put Galaxy 1 and 2 together. And I don't know if they're going to call it another All-Stars because I feel like it's a little too soon to use the All-Stars again. But I can see them doing like Galaxy 1, 2, and then they throw in like some bonus levels or something.
Or is 3D Mario even coming next year now?
Oh, is that what you're trying to insinuate?
Switch to 2026. Here we go.
Dude, a launch year with no 3D Zelda or 3D Mario just sounds like a bad time.
I don't know. Mario Kart.
They can get away with it if they launch a Mario Kart and Mario Kart just blows people's minds. Absolutely
Right.
get away with it. But
I mean, I'll say that if we're gonna talk about Nash Weedle, right, and assume that some of his rumors are true, then we should also assume that Switch 2 is coming out next year, right?
Yeah.
And so if
I
Switch 2 is
don't-
coming out next,
yeah, I don't need Nashville to assume that.
Listen,
Right.
This year we had nine.
Yeah, no, I
nine
hear
Mario
what you're just saying. Because Nashville has said a lot of things that we don't know if they're true yet.
right. Well, my main point though is right. Like if we're gonna start arguing, like 3D Mario is coming on the first year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
there's
not,
no
what is
There's no way. There's no way it's not.
For 6 months.
And it's the 40th anniversary. There's just no way they're not dropping the new.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way, right? So for me,
but here's
all the anniversary plans surround 3D Mario.
But he did
the new
say,
one.
But he did say the question was Mario Galaxy 2 for Switch, and he said yes. The thing is Mario Galaxy 2, the new 3D Mario is not going to be on Switch. So maybe this is just a Switch only release.
It's okay, yeah, sure, I get that.
Switch
I don't
I think it
disagree.
will be.
There's
I
probably
think
a
it
huge
will.
audience on Switch. They're going to want to sell stuff to.
I 100% agree. I've always
Yeah.
thought Galaxy 2 would come to. Well, I've always thought it was likely that Galaxy 2 would make it to Switch before it's completely done. It makes a total
Yeah.
sense. I'm just arguing that if we're talking about 40th anniversary plans, and we're talking about there being more than one thing,
Yeah.
we're also going to have a new 3D Mario. Like that's going to be the big thing. And then you also have Galaxy 2. That's already a decent chunk. But I'll also add this. We're probably going to hear about the Mario movie next year. Why? Because it comes out
In April.
April 2026.
We're going to see it.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. We're going to get our
We
first
kinda
trailer on
know.
the movie.
We
next
kind of know, in my opinion, even without Nashville, we kind of know, I think, three things that are highly likely next year. 3D Mario, Mario Kart, and then trailers for the new Mario movie.
And Zelda movie.
Well, probably, but we
Yeah,
don't.
well, in terms of the Mario anniversary stuff.
Or that Mario
Oh,
anniversary.
yeah. Mario.
Yeah.
Like those are three things that I'm pretty confident we're getting regardless. And so
you
then
throw
you
in Galaxy 2. That's huge.
throwing Galaxy 2 is like a bone for Switch because it's not going to get the new Mario Kart. It's not going to get the 3D Mario. So technically, it has nothing Mario planned for next year. Okay, cool. Give Switch owners a game they didn't have before. And maybe they want to buy because they sold like almost 10 million of 3D All Stars. Okay,
Maybe 3D All Stars is made available on the eShop.
sure, they can bring that back.
Like
Or-
individual games.
Oh,
or something.
individual. Sure, they could do that. There's going to obviously be like celebrations at the theme parks. They're going to have some sort of thing for that. I feel like there's going to be at least one more thing. I just don't know what it is.
A new iPhone.
I don't know if it's a spinoff. I don't know if it's
RPG 2.
RPG 2.
I would love it.
RPG 2 would be.
That'd
Yeah,
be big.
I mean, the other thing is this year was already pretty heavy Mario.
They
We
don't
have
think
9
it's
Mario games
40th
this year.
anniversary,
9.
man. They'll
We've had-
just overwhelm us with Mario. They don't give a shit.
We've had 3 Mario RPGs in 18 months.
Yeah.
I don't think we're getting another one next year.
Yeah,
Is all I'm
yeah.
saying. I think
Yeah.
I'm willing to gamble and say that
When
we're
did
gonna skip Mario RPG for a year.
Mario RPG come out?
November last
November, and then we had
Yeah, 3
Thousand Year Door in April,
3 in a year.
year, May,
and then May, and then November.
Yeah, we've had 3 in a year.
Yep.
basically.
Not even 18 months.
Every 6 months, one comes out.
Yeah.
In
Insane.
November to November. Yeah. That's so like, I don't know if we're going to, they might save that for later in the generation, but I feel like there could be something. I don't know. Like maybe, I mean, it's wild, but maybe like a Mario Warriors game or something. Like they can make it work. It's not like there's not tons of enemies and tons of good guys to play as for Mario. I'm just like spitballing because I feel like when he said there's going to be a lot, it's just kind of like, yeah, but we already kind of know. So if it's going to be surprising, well, we're already talking about things we assume are going to happen. So that's not surprising. That's expected. So what would be surprising in the context of the 40th anniversary?
Well, I think we got to remember too that it's the 40th anniversary of Nintendo, the NES, Nintendo in the United States releasing.
Yeah.
Don't.
So how's that going to factor in?
Sorry.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I freaked out about
Re-release
Donkey
the
Kong
NES
for a
Classic.
second.
A remake of
Temporary
the
bring
game?
back of the NES Classic this summer, baby.
I can say a remake of the Mario. Well,
They
Donkey Kong
switch it
with
up.
Mario
They
in it.
switch it up. They make it. They bring the Japanese version here and the American version to Japan. So that way, people here that didn't get a chance to buy the Japanese one can now buy it for a limited time this upcoming summer.
What if they add a new ride to the Nintendo Park?
I don't know.
Not a park expansion, just a ride. Like
I don't know about that.
I wouldn't know about it. Or people
I
would
think
have
there'll
known
be a
about it, like,
parade.
with rides.
I think there'll be like a parade. Like Ride's got it. They'd already be working on it like right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd already know.
That would have leaked
Would
a
we?
long
They
time
take
ago.
a long time. Yeah, they take a long time to make rides.
Yeah. I
Um,
think maybe Mario Wonder too.
A Lego Mario game.
Ooh,
Oh,
That would be
Like
good.
the
They are
Horizon
working-
one
I
that
like
just came out.
I like it.
That
and
would
they
be
are
good.
working with Lego.
That would be a surprise. That would be a surprise.
I dislike it, but it's possible.
You dislike it's Mario. It's Lego.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't like Lego games. It's fine.
How about Lego Metroid?
He'd probably be against that too. If he doesn't like Lego games, it doesn't matter what.
Lego is not going to make me buy it.
Yeah.
You'll still buy it.
No.
No.
It's
No.
Metroid.
No. I don't think he will. I don't even think he'd buy a Zelda Lego game.
Ooh.
Honestly, I feel like there's a better chance to buy a Lego
Zelda
Metroid game than a
game
Lego Zelda
could
game.
actually be a Zelda Lego game could be very much like a normal Zelda game.
I think I have a higher. I'm more likely to buy a Metroid game than I am to buy a Zelda game. That doesn't mean Metroid's my favorite series. I just think Zelda. Sometimes they do things with Zelda that just don't seem totally worth it. While with Metroid, it's kind of like, nope, this is Metroid, gotta do it, right? Like, for example, I skipped Triforce Heroes, right? I might not skip Triforce Heroes again, but I did skip it back then. But I even bought Federation Force, on 3DS.
You just not have friends. Because Triforce Heroes is a blast if you have friends.
I
it's
bet
not.
it is. I just it did, but this is also
It depends on your friends.
friends.
I'm telling you right now. No, it wasn't for me.
Or maybe I just don't have friends that like Triforce Heroes.
I haven't played
Well,
it yet. So I might like
barely
it.
anyone bought the game. That's not that surprising.
When it comes to Switch, I'll try to play it.
I didn't buy the Tingle game.
This is a single game.
Well, it was never
think
released in
there's
the
two.
US. It never released in the US. There's 3. It's a trilogy.
It's great.
They never released here, so you didn't really have an opportunity to buy it anyways. You have to import. There's only like one, I think, that's in English out in Europe, and then the other 2 are Japan only. Could be wrong. Maybe 2 are in Europe.
I will
Someone
say
can
though,
correct
if
chat.
there's a Metroid Lego game, that is a Metroid game I might not buy.
What?
Ooh, someone said a Mario Warriors game.
Yeah, I'll be upset because I think they should make a Xenoblade Warriors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we'll get some amiibo.
Oh, that's
Oh,
good.
yeah.
40th
It'll be
anniversary.
a 40th anniversary amiibo, sure.
So I'm looking at what they did for the 30th anniversary.
Or 30th. Okay.
You want to go 30, so it's every 10 just to
Yeah.
see, because I think they celebrate those more.
Sure.
So 10 years ago, being April 2015, Super Mario Maker came out.
Okay.
2 special edition 8-bit Mario amiibos were released. Do you guys remember those?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
I have them still.
Yeah.
And then Super Mario Maker themed cover plates were released as part of a new Nintendo 3DS bundle, but only in Japan
Of
for the
course.
holiday season.
Of course.
Then there were some events and some merchandise. Nothing
Crazy.
huge. Yeah. And then for the 35th, is that when we got the game?
Yeah. The return of Mario. I'm said 35th Mario 40. That NSO
Mario 35. Yeah, Mario
Yeah.
35. That's
bring it back as Mario 40.
temporary. Then we got 3D All Stars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's just a lot, like 3D All Stars, Paper Mario, the Origami King.
What if the play is this? This is the surprise. 3D Mario Maker.
It has to happen.
You got to think that's the next step.
Someone just made a Mario 64 builder thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like fans are doing it, so it's like, okay, Nintendo,
Yeah.
it's on you now.
I mean, guys,
3D Mario Maker.
think about this in relation to like the 40th being next year and Switch 2 coming out. Listen to all these things that we got as far as games. So for the 35th, Paper Mario, Origami King, Mario 35, Mario Kart Live, Home Circuit, They re-released Super Mario 3, or they released Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury.
Yep.
Super Mario 3D All Stars, and a limited edition Game & Watch, of course.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's 5 software titles released.
Yeah, I'll just say that I think next year it's gonna be more about quality versus quantity. I think they had to make up for the fact they didn't have a brand new 3D Mario, right? And they did a bunch of other things.
Yeah.
I even think like Luigi's Mansion. I mean, it's going to be 6 years since Luigi's Mansion 3. They could even throw that in as like a Mario.
Dude, Luigi's Mansion 4 would be so sick,
In the
man.
launch year, bro, that would be intense.
Dude, they dropped it in October. It would be so fucking awesome.
And it's conceivable because Smart Strikers came out 2022, right? Like I think
Dude,
their
they
cadence
dropped it
of
in
their
October, and then you get like Mario Kart in November. Oh my fucking god, what a holiday!
Well, that all right. So I feel you there. I could ride with Mario Kart 3D, Mario, Luigi's Mansion 4, and Galaxy 2 as
That would
like
be
the lineup.
that would be so insane.
Yeah,
By
and
the
that's
way,
all different enough, you know.
Yeah.
like that's
And then the
good.
next wave of Mario in future years will probably end up being, you'll have your side-scrolling Mario, you'll have your Mario RPGs, and then we'll come back around to maybe even dude, if they have Luigi's Mansion next year, does that mean we get a 5 later in the gen?
Perhaps.
That would be sick too.
Also,
think about.
Also, while even though we didn't get an Odyssey 2, we thought we might. Like,
and it kind of sounded like maybe they thought about it, but
right. Well, we got Bowser's Fury, right?
Yeah,
So
that's fine.
we kind of got something.
Yeah, and it's possible we get a second 3D Mario. That's always possible.
Or they go the Shadow of the Erdtree route, where they give us an expansion that's like basically a game.
Yeah, sure, they could do that. But yeah, I mean that would be insane. That would be. I think those are like my 3 favorite Mario things dropping. That's fucking awesome.
You'll buy a Switch 2 for sure.
I'll buy one anyways, but I might buy multiple if they do.
The thing is, each of those games are guaranteed to sell at least 15 million copies.
That's what I'm saying. Think about that. That is insane. You want you don't want to have a 3D Zelda year one. You don't need it if you got those 3. You're fucking done. You're already going to sell like 40 million Switches.
And then you also have Prime 4 and Legends ZA as well as like complementary titles. Like that's
already insane here.
And what's insane though is that they still have next year for other crazy things like Animal Crossing, Smash, Ocarina of Time remake, maybe whatever Monolith Soft is working on. It could still also come out next year, right? We're not sure.
Yeah,
we're not sure.
Something cooking.
Yeah, it's Xenoblade X is not all they've been doing.
No, dude, next year's gonna be sick.
It's hard to believe this, but I guess it was already almost 5 years ago. So on top of all that, we also got the Lego Super Mario. That was when it was announced.
Sure.
Lego Nintendo doing Legos.
New Lego Mario sets next year for sure.
We got that, and we got the Nintendo Entertainment System Lego set.
Oh yeah,
the badass one. So
I got another Mario thing that makes a lot of sense for next year. I'm actually like prepared to predict it. There will be a re-release of Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope of some kind.
I could see that. I mean, Ubisoft
they should bundle them together.
Yeah, maybe they will.
Ubisoft wasn't happy with.
I think that's the best way to handle it. Bundle it together for Switch 2 with like a 4K remaster
with all the DLC.
All the DLC, yeah.
You got to.
I think they. By the way, if they do that and it's like $60, guys, well worth the fucking money. Those games are awesome
because the DLC is really good.
Yeah.
So I asked ChatGPT what could they do for the 40th anniversary of Mario, and they came up with a really interesting thing here. Remastered classics called Super Mario Legacy, with they said adding NES, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, Sunshine, Galaxy 1 and 2 into a Mario Legacy, like 40th anniversary Legacy edition. That's not bad.
It's not bad. I mean, I only wonder if they would do that because
it's another All-Stars game.
Yeah.
Also,
but
NSO
that's a
exists.
reason to have NSO is to play those older ones.
But that's the thing, they could do the whole FOMO thing again.
Oh, for sure.
They could just make this like you can only buy it for 6 months and it's gone. And that would make it buy it.
But also merchandising, right? It's definitely going to be a thing. Like they might release, and you mentioned Amiibo earlier, but You know, they could do some crazy like just Mario merchandise stuff. And it might even be tied into the games, bro. Like imagine like they release like a poltergust like statue, or I don't what if there's a Luigi's Mansion attraction at the Nintendo Park? I don't know. There's so many things they could do.
Oh, that's coming, but that's not anytime soon. The Luigi's
Serious
Mansion
talking to me.
thing is gonna be a hotel in Epic Universe. But
Yeah?
yeah, but it's not
Is that a leak?
like 2027. Yeah,
Yeah, and it's a ways away.
it's ways away. Yeah.
Not cool.
But on that note, there could be a parade at the theme park. At Universal, themed with
Oh
Mario
yeah, and
and
invite
Luigi.
people over. Also
Yeah.
concert too, makes sense.
Yeah, because even though Super Nintendo World has its own area, they've already incorporated Mario into the overall theme park parade. So at Universal, they're actually promoting the holiday parade, and it has all Universal characters, but they also have Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach. They have all of those
That's
there.
a
So I'm
tits.
guessing for the 40th anniversary, they could do like a major parade and have like these ones in like merch for that particular event. So theme park wise, that's a no brainer. That's money.
Yeah.
For the park.
I mean, they did that for Odyssey. They went around like the whole globe having like a big celebration for Odyssey, and then finished at New York and had that giant like parade thing. So
Yeah, I predict Yoshi will have a presence.
He has to.
3D.
And I think that's part of the reason why we're going to get Galaxy 2 next year on the Switch.
Listen, Yoshi's going to play a vital role in the movie, and so that actually makes a lot of sense.
Sure. Yeah.
But I also think Yoshi's going to play a vital role in the next 3D Mario.
Yeah.
If not his own game, or both.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
been
I think we're
2019.
gonna do a lot. I think there's a lot of merchandising that, you know, it's hard to predict what the merchandising is going to be. There's going to just be a ton of shit.
So how long do they normally go with the 40th anniversary? Do they go like for several months, right?
Yeah. So the 35th anniversary, it says it ran from April 1st to September.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they might release like some Switch 2 themed Joy-Cons you can buy.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
Mhm,
for sure.
mhm.
Mario
Or a Pro
movie-
controller.
Mario movie
One of
wise,
the, or both.
I think they're gonna also do the Mario movie directs.
Because I think it's too soon for themed consoles. I don't think we're going to get that year one for Switch 2.
In the Mario movie directs, they did with Mario the first movie. I think they're gonna do it next year too, but they're gonna announce the new voice actors. Like if Yoshi has a voice actor, I heard a rumor that Waluigi and Wario are in the movie too, so they might announce their voice actors.
We'll see.
Nice.
We'll see.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
All right. I think we're probably ready to move on.
Yeah.
I guess that's my topic, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, Switch 2 stuff. Let's go. Obviously, you guys know lots of Switch 2 stuff, rumors, conversations happening every week. We had a couple of them. One of them I didn't put in here. There was potentially some new renders in CAD that may or may not be legit. Hard to really know. There's not a lot of crazy stuff on it. The craziest thing's probably on the bottom. Like it looks like it might not be a USB-C port or something. I don't know. It's interesting.
It's also not a circle pad for people freaking out.
Yeah, it's not a circle pad. If you look at the images, you can see ones where it's raised up, and it's not.
Yeah.
It looks more similar to like what the Joy-Cons already are. I'm hoping that there are new designed ones though, but we'll see. But yeah, it's nothing crazy there outside of, like, some people that wanted to make a bigger deal out of like there only being one cartridge slot. I think I've always just expected there to only be one cartridge slot, and it takes both. I don't know why they would need to do it different. The 3DS already did that.
Yeah.
But, you know, I guess some people were shocked seeing that. But again, we don't even know if those renders are real. We think they came from Chinese manufacturers. Seems to be originating on Family boards. We don't really know. So, not really worth going over just because I already did a video on it and there just isn't a lot to discuss with it. But there are some other stuff going on out there. So speaking of Family boards, there's this guy named Nintenbyte who he doesn't post there very often, but he's already gotten like a number of things correct in the past. And so he just randomly shows up. And today he dropped some information on, again, rumors. We're in the rumor section here. On the Switch 2 availability at launch. So if you guys remember, Furukawa said a long time ago and asked what they're going to do about scalping for the Switch successor. He said, nothing really. We're just going to make enough of them to meet demand.
Yeah.
Like we're just going to make enough of they're going to do the PlayStation 5 Pro. All the scalpers lost on that one. So they want the scalpers to lose this time around as well. And so that's what Furukawa said. But, saying that and actually doing it is something different. Switch had a lot of stock. They were flying the stock in on planes, which is expensive, to try to meet demand here in the U.S. So, Switch had a decent amount of stock its first month, but it still couldn't meet demand, and scalpers still kind of got their way for a bit. So, what I find interesting about this one is he dropped one. He did it very cryptically. He used some code and some beta 64 code thing that you have to go and actually translate what he said into English. Very clever. You can just automatically do this in websites anyways. But anyways, it essentially said that while he's not going to give us any numbers for what Nintendo's targeting for the entire launch period, he will note that just for the US only, they will have roughly 2.5x more than they did in the US back in March of 2017. Now, that was a little over 900,000, 940,000 that they had in the US back in March of 2017. We already have those numbers from Nintendo. Okay, so 2.5x that, you're looking at 2.5 million roughly available in the United States alone during launch month. People were confusing this as launch day. No, it's launch month. If you actually read what he says, it's about the whole first month. So that is huge. And then if you extrapolate that and just say, okay, if we assume that it's a similar strategy for the rest of the world, then that puts it between 6 to 7 million units they have ready in the first month, which sounds insane because no company yet in the gaming sphere has sold that many consoles in a month. It's just never happened. That's like holiday quarter numbers that go over 3 months, not one. So not only if this works and they actually sell them all, if this is true, would that be a record? Do you guys think this is even possible? Or if Nintendo's doing this, which, by the way, it still can be a first half next year thing, because if they started mass manufacturing in September, people looked at what they do on their current Switch lines when they were at max capacity back during COVID. Nintendo can absolutely make 5 to 7 million in the next 5 months.
Yeah.
If they want to. Not saying that they will. Usually you don't for launch, but they could. So it's conceivably possible. So when we think about that, is this even seem realistic? Or if Nintendo does do this, do you think it would work? Or would they oversaturate the market, which actually could be a negative, kind of the opposite effect?
I think Nintendo's done a great job of starving us. So there's going to be a rabid.
You think it's like it don't matter? They can have 10 million ready, they'd all sell.
Maybe 10 million is a stretch.
I wonder, but we just talked about how there could be 3 Mario games that all sell 15 plus million. I know we're not talking about that in year one.
But what if they also do it in waves, right? Like what if they have 5 million ready to go? They ship 2.5, right? And then 2.5 weeks, 2 weeks later, okay, looks like things are going well. Let's push out the next wave. They're just ready to send out waves in quick succession.
I
like that. They have a constant source of Switch coming in.
And so I think that it's important to maybe do it that way, because there's another important thing to consider here. The laws of supply versus demand, right? So if they put too much supply, it's actually be bad marketing, because if people go in stores and see that it's readily available, that sends a message that it's not that valuable. Right. So they want it to feel scarce. And so really what they want to do is put out a certain shipment. It's going to sell out. Not everyone's going to be able to get it, but they'll be able to quickly send that on another wave within a week or two. I think it'd be even sooner. Maybe. I don't know exactly how this works, but
with
something
Switch,
to that effect.
They were restocking Switch every 3 days.
Yeah.
Back then. Now what happens is, and when you talked about them flying them in, what happens is they put all the supply in the local warehouses. They just don't have them at the retail stores. So they sell it at the retail stores, and then they just send them from the warehouse, and they're there in a couple of days.
Sure. That works.
So that could be the strategy where Nintendo legitimately has 5 to 7 million ready, even day one. But obviously, they're not just going to throw them all out there day one. That wouldn't even make sense. Yeah. And so let's say they just do a little bit more than they did for Switch in each territory. Instead of it being 940,000 in month one, they say, oh, we got like 1.5 million. And what they're trying to do is just stay ahead and then have enough locally where if the demand is crazy like it was for Switch, they don't have to fly the shipments in because they already have them in the warehouse. And because I think, they'll sell 7 million in the first year. Sure.
Yeah, sure.
So it's kind of like, okay,
they sold 15 million Switches.
I mean, look, their worst selling system besides Virtual Boy was what? Wii U at 13 mil. So you figure, okay, if we make 7 mil, we're going to sell those anyways. We might not sell them all right away. Just kind of ahead of the game. I think it could be a smart strategy because then they can gauge. They can still make sure it sells out day one, but still gauge consumer interest because it is possible. And if this is like the Breath of the Wild situation, it is possible that if the demand for the launch game is so fucking high, it could be possible that it doesn't matter how many they make. They can never meet demand. It is actually possible, which is great for Nintendo. That would be amazing for Nintendo.
Let me throw this out at you, right? So Switch came out March 3rd, 2017, right? So its first month, it sold 2.74 million like systems units worldwide. And then the fiscal year ended, right? So, but for its first full fiscal year, I think they sold about 15.05 million, right? So by March 31st, 2018, they had sold 17 something million, right? But what I want to ask is, for the first fiscal year of Switch 2, do we think it could eclipse 15 million? Do we think it could hit 20 million?
If they have those 3 games, like if they have Luigi's Mansion, 3D Mario, and Mario Kart, that's not even counting anything else. Literally not even counting any other game. Yeah. I think the demand would be insane. It would be the hottest. It'll literally be the hottest selling thing next year.
Yeah, it's like you said, Nate, it all depends on the launch lineup that they have. Because they might be saving. I mean, if it's a weak lineup, then it'll probably be a slow.
Yeah, I just don't think it's a weak lineup, man.
But I know, but still, I think it all depends. Like you said, if that launch title is so hot that literally people are just jumping on because it's an exclusive Switch 2 game. They're jumping on the Switch and just that'll be the best case scenario. I don't want it that way because I want to get one. I want to get one on launch. but yeah, I think it all depends.
You just got to talk to Jake Randall. Inside scoop on getting your pick.
Bro, how insane would it be if after 2 years, Switch 2s are at already 40 million systems sold?
It's not
That would be a record.
It's not impossible. Let me tell you why. Because Nintendo Switch has sold 140 million with what it has, right? It's very low on big third-party support, but it has first-party support from Nintendo, which has boosted the sales, right? Imagine with the more powerful Switch having this big third-party support now, not only having Nintendo fans jumping in, but also people who are used to buying the next Call of Duty, the Elden Ring, all these big AAA titles that never make it on Switch. It's just more, so I'm predicting that the Switch 2 with that kind of support will outsell the Nintendo Switch once the Switch 3 is ready to come out sometime in the future. Just because of that,
Yeah. I mean, could happen. I think, like Andres brought up, hey, could it sell 40 million in the first 2 years? I think people know what the device is. They don't have to explain it.
Yep.
Gen 10 of Pokemon will be out.
Pokemon will be probably holiday 2026.
Mm-hmm.
If Ocarina of Time remake is a real thing,
we know the movies factually end up selling more games. So Mario movie early will help boost all the Mario game sales from the prior year, plus whatever's coming out in 2026. Zelda movie hype, and they'll probably have something Zelda out by the end of 2026. Something. There'll be some. Yeah. It won't be like the new 3D one, but we might see the new 3D one by then. That also will drive hype for people being confident to make a purchase.
Smash and Animal Crossing.
Smash and Animal Crossing, Splatoon, whatever is going on with Xenoblade for the hardcore. Or
I think Monolith Soft, whatever Monolith Soft is working on, that's going to reach a larger audience on Switch too.
So I kind of feel like, I'm on record saying that I think Nintendo is in position for a very rare thing where Switch 2 could be more popular than Switch 1. And that's saying a lot because we're talking about, so Switch 2 will be the best selling system ever.
Yeah.
That's a bold prediction.
Yeah.
I don't know. but I do think it's going to quickly get to 100 mil. I think 5 years from now, it could be at 100 mil.
Yeah.
And that would be the fastest any system's ever done it.
I believe it.
So
There is
again,
there is
average of 20
something.
mil a year for all those years. And I know no COVID boost. I think it still would have sold well even without COVID.
Yeah.
I think granted, COVID helped. Clearly, it helped all.
I think that was going to be Switch's peak year, regardless.
Yeah, I think it was. It might not have peaked at 28, which is that's an insane fucking number in 1 year.
Yeah.
So it might not have peaked that, but I still think it would have went over 20 that year.
But think about it think about it this way. People say, "Oh yeah, we're not gonna have another COVID year," but you have to understand, during the COVID year, we gained fans. So these are fans who are gonna buy the next Animal Crossing no matter what.
Yeah. Think about the 40+ mil Animal Crossing sales.
Yeah,
Good point.
Yeah, that created a whole new fan base for Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
They might come back around for that second one.
exactly.
Animal Crossing.
And for all the cozy games along the way there too. So
Also, Nintendo's between their parks, the museum, the movies, like Nintendo has a plan to expand. I mean, their mobile games, like all these different things are growing their brand.
taking over the world.
Also, every year there's more kids born. So
People making babies.
man.
yeah,
Yeah,
audience gets larger.
I think that Nintendo's just in prime position. So like, it sounds insane to say 20 mil in year one. It sounds insane to say 40 mil in 2 years in. Yeah, I know that sounds insane because it's never been done before. But
I actually think 20 mil in the first year is pretty reasonable because Nintendo had to earn the respect of people in that first year, right? So
yeah,
Nintendo has that respect now. So and they still like to hit 20 is only. I mean, it's a lot better, but it's not like exponentially better, right?
yeah. Yeah, and it's one of those that, like, Switch was a bounce back system for them. People not knowing what it's going to be, then realizing, oh, they just keep dropping these excellent games. You got to buy this damn thing. And now you come around and you have that happening. Meanwhile, all the big third-party games, most of them are coming over. And if they end up running well and looking decent, that'll make people even more hyped because now they kind of have like an all-in-one system instead of thinking maybe they got to have, multiple systems to get a lot of the games they want just for third-party. Oh, no, I could just get Switch 2 and I'll get most of the games I want to play. I think Nintendo's just in this unique position because Switch 2 kind of sells itself. Switch 3, I think, might be the harder sell at some point. But I think Switch 2 is in a position where it kind of sells itself because the technology in Switch is still from 2015. And so a lot of people over the last year or two have noticed that it's kind of like, okay, we're feeling it in the modern games that keep getting. Even the exclusive ones from Nintendo are starting to have more lag in them, more frame rate problems, maybe not as crisp on the TV. And it starts to be like, okay, Switch 2 is going to actually feel like a generational leap forward. But I think it's when we get to Switch 3 that it's going to be like, okay, well, now you're probably not going to get that same generational feel with the jumps. So how can the Switch 3 end up doing it? And maybe they don't make a Switch 3. Maybe that's just a pipe dream and they don't actually do that. Or maybe they do. Who knows? But I think Switch 2 is just such an easy seller in the market right now. Even though we've had all these handheld PCs, none of them have come close to even a quarter, like one single quarter of sales that Nintendo has in a year in their lifetime. So like when people talk about because a Steam Deck, because I don't think you understand. This holiday alone, Switch will sell more than pretty much all the handheld PC sales combined in their lifetimes. Like the astronomical difference between how popular Nintendo system is compared to these handheld PCs, it's just not even close. So they're in this very unique position. There is the possibility, of course, there's rumors about an Xbox handheld come out in a few years. They could try to maybe eat into the console market a bit, try to make PC gaming eat more into that market. There's rumors about Sony also maybe getting back in the handheld game. The advantage Nintendo has over both is that if they get their product out first, they set the market, they have the games. By the time those next products come around, Nintendo just has to be cheaper than them.
Yep.
Because they're going to have the game support.
Yeah, I will say that I'm a little concerned about the Kadokawa potential purchase. Now, we'll see how things pan out. But like, if they gain Spike Chunsoft, acquire From Software, like all the big anime games won't come to Nintendo, right? Like that would be crazy. Imagine like Nintendo not being able to get games like Jump Force or like Sparking Zero, right? They'll find someone else to make Mario and Luigi. But having all the Souls games exclusive to PlayStation, like I'm just saying, like Sony might be looking at what Nintendo might be able to do, and that might be why they're trying to buy Kadokawa, so they can find a way to better combat what Nintendo's about to enjoy.
Or
I hope that
it could be
doesn't
the
happen
opposite.
though.
It could be the opposite. It could be maybe Sony wants a hand, or they want a piece of the pie, so they're trying to jump in, knowing that all these games are coming to Switch, and so they want to get into the beginning and
Without stealing the developers away.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
yeah, just getting
that wouldn't bother me.
Yeah,
We'll
it'll
see
be
what
the
happens.
best scenario for Sony. The best scenario for Sony is that they buy them, and all the games go on Switch. They make the money. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take this chance to.
Yeah. Andres, you're gonna
Step
dip off. I have to bring up 2 super chats quick before you go because
All right, let's go.
your name's in one of them. First one's from Taker610 saying, Andres, Landon was not joking about the tingle bet.
So I saw it earlier. I'm trying to remember. Did you bet that if Switch 2 was not revealed by like October or something, that you would have to dress in a Tingle outfit? Is that right?
So okay.
I don't remember. It was something
Someone
like
must
that,
have saw Nate's Dorito thing that he was doing, the hot chip, and then like it started off with like 2-3 people, and then like 20 people are like, all right, you got to do something then. When do you think it's happening? You keep saying it's happening soon. I was like, all right, if it doesn't happen by October, I'll dress up as something for Halloween. What you want me to dress up as? And everybody just starts spamming like tingle for some reason. I don't even know why. So yeah,
it was a great video.
I'm sure you saw. Yeah.
It was a great.
I haven't seen it. I gotta go see it.
You don't have to, but
I'm gonna see it.
Okay, I guess that's the only one I have to bring up with you here. We're good.
What was the other one?
No, it's okay. I'll bring it up later in the Q&A section.
Okay. Well, hold on. Let me. I gotta.
Look at the tingle.
You gotta watch the tingle video. You just
Man.
gotta scroll it quick. You gotta see what it looks like.
Would you put it out like for Halloween? Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
He
All right, there we
He
go.
did a pretty good job with it. Who was holding the camera? Who was doing the filming?
my poor wife.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Embarrassed her all night.
No, I'm sure you did.
Oh my god, I love the music.
Yeah, it's
No.
It was really good. It
Never
was,
bet on
No,
Nintendo.
strap
man.
in it, bro. I think you're kind of working it.
There you go.
kind
That's
of
for
worked.
you.
That's for you, baby. There it is.
You know what kind of energy I'm getting? I'm getting a Mike Guy energy. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bro.
it kind of just gives.
I had to own it. I had to just, you know what?
as it goes on, it just gets
Dude,
more and more off
You
the.
gained weight.
Oh man.
No, it was funny. It was hilarious. I'm sure you had a good time with it. Did the people you went trick or treating with have a good time?
Oh, they loved it.
Sure they-
Thankfully, 2 people did know who I was, so I wasn't some random elf for a lot of people. But
Well, at least a couple people recognize. Oh, that's Tingle.
yeah,
I feel like if I did that in my neighborhood, no one would know who Tingle is.
oh, I got a
Dude.
lot of weird looks. Trust me, there's a lot of people like who's this grown man in tights walking around our neighborhood. But
That's how people feel about Tingle.
see, I was relating with them.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm a fairy boy. That's crazy, man.
Thanks, Andres, for being here, man. You go get some rest and feel better.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. It was fun. I'll try
Have a
and
good
come
one.
on soon again. All right. Good night.
Have a good night, man. Later.
See you.
So besides those launch crazy numbers, Nash Weedle is also at it again, and we kind of touched on this a little bit, but this is like Switch 2 related. He basically just tweeted 2025 greater than 2017. Now we all know 2017 is widely considered one of the greatest launch years, greatest 9-month periods for any system, and I had some people challenge me on that. So I said in my video when I talked about it, I said, well, because someone said, oh, what about PS5? I'm like, go look at the first 9 months of PS5 and compare it to the first 9 months of Switch. It's not actually close.
Mhm.
So like it literally was like a magical time because Nintendo had never even had a launch 9-month period like that before. Like it's just insane what they did. Okay. So then it's like, okay, so 2025 will be even better. So you figure, okay, so 2025 is going to be better. How? Well, we already talked about 3 potential massive Mario games, right? If you get Luigi's Mansion in there, we get, 3D Mario and Mario Kart. Okay. But you can argue 2 of those just kind of match 2017, right? We had Mario Kart, even though it was a port for most people, it was a new game. And then obviously we had 3D Mario. So what else can like match and or exceed? Well, we know Metroid Prime 4 Beyond's coming, and we know Legend Z is coming. I feel like you got to count that. Those are 2025 games. And they'll be playable on Switch 2 anyways through backwards compatibility. So the real question, I want to throw it out to you guys because I gave thoughts on this in my video. Like, what else could Nintendo release to kind of top 2017? Like, 2017 had a lot of variety as well.
Mario alone is going to do it, man. Like we said earlier, I mean, it just covers so many different genres. Luigi's Mansion has a whole genre right there. You got a Mario Kart game, 3D Mario. If 3D Mario is as big as what we're thinking it's going to be, like a Breath of the Wild moment for Mario, I mean, that's going to be massive. Like, besides that, when you look back at 2017, I guess something similar to Splatoon could help. I don't know if it's time for Splatoon 4 already, but
Sure.
Oh, it's always time for this.
I'm ready for it. Give it to me.
They had new IP in 2017, so I kind of feel like, okay, if Monolith stuff gets out there, a game that could be a new IP. There'll be also some sort of experimental party or casual game. I feel like they'll have something like a 1-2 switch, some sort of snipper clip, something. There'll be something that could end, by the way, could end up blowing up. Like sometimes the casual games just take off, like Ring Fit Adventure did. So I feel like you can't discount that there could be something really massive year one. I mean, they might even go with the sports game. Mm-hmm. Like get a Switch sports style game out quicker. Get that out at the beginning of the gen so it can sell the whole gen. Like that could be a play for them. And they can add like a new sport every year or something.
Could get like a Zelda remake. Like I know we've been talking about Ocarina of Time. That would be a perfect time for that since we're still waiting on the next Zelda.
Yeah, and if they drop that like right after they reveal the Zelda movie trailer, I'll just be like, fuck yeah. Don't get me excited over here. I might need a change of pants quick. No worry, you got a spare tingle suit, right? I'll just throw that. The thing about that year one is first off, there were surprising third-party games like the Doom, right? So it's kind of like, okay, well, I feel like that's going to already pretty much be covered. I think at some point we're going to be shocked year one with the kind of third-party games that are coming, but I don't think we're going to be. I almost feel like a lot of us, at least I maybe the general audience, but I think a lot of us like content creators aren't going to be surprised at the third-party support. Mm-hmm. But I do think like a general consumer is going to be shocked to see something like an Elden Ring in a Switch 2 case on the shelf. Like, I feel like they would be like most consumers would be like, wait a second, what? When did this happen? When did Call of Duty get on this thing? Now, again, this assumes that we're still getting games on shelves, which the way retail stores are going. Some third parties are doing digital only. So I just, maybe I'm making too big of an assumption to assume there'll be a shock when you see it on the shelf. When you see a poster that has the Switch 2 logo on it. But
I think the big surprise is going to be Donkey Kong.
Yeah. Someone super chatted that in and brought up like a 3D Donkey Kong, which I think that would be insane.
I keep saying the open world jungle Donkey Kong game.
Yeah, they could tie it to the Donkey Kong theme park coming out.
Yeah.
And again, it's another Mario-esque game.
It is, yeah.
Technically, guys.
But
motherfuckers.
Does Donkey Kong Country Returns ruin that?
No. Mario's a DK property. Let's get it right. I'm just saying, when people talk, like a lot of people be like, oh, Donkey Kong, isn't that just like a Mario spin? No. Actually, Mario's a spin-off of Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Technically.
Yeah, when Donkey Kong came out, it wasn't even Mario, it was Jumpman.
Yeah, they renamed him and then did Super Mario Brothers. Anyways. Or wasn't it just Mario Bros? I can't remember if they put the super in the name yet.
It's just Mario Bros.
Yeah, it was just Mario Bros. The one with the hitting the enemies and pow block.
Yeah.
So like a 3D Donkey Kong would be sick. And I know there's been like this rumored game forever. We have no idea when it's coming out. Maybe never. It was the rumor. Maybe the rumor was just not. The rumors are meant to be doubted. Maybe it just never existed. Yeah. But I know a lot of like legit insiders have talked about it. So it's kind of like, well, okay. Here's the thing. Nintendo, what we found out this last year is Nintendo really did sit on games.
They did.
I mean, they had a game that was already rated by the ESRB for 301 days before it came out. Jesus. Almost a full year. It was rated, by the way, and not even announced. So like we knew about the game, but it wasn't even announced. So it was like Nintendo's just had these games ready for like forever. The ones that came out, and I think it's because they've honestly been focusing on Switch 2 for like the last 2 years. I feel like it's been like full blown Switch 2 development, and so they just wanted to get a bunch of games done ahead of time to kind of fill out the slate. So yeah, 3D Donkey Kong would be sick. You guys got any other things that can maybe toss out there for some added variety? You know, what about like something for arms? Like what would they replace arms with?
Legs.
Punch Out.
Yeah.
Ooh, Punch
Yeah,
Out.
that'd be a good one.
That'd be a lot
Right.
better.
That'd be a good one. And Punch Out on Wii did really well. So
Yeah.
I mean, nice to bring Punch Out back. Yeah.
Star Fox too.
Yeah. Did they make Jake Paul the final boss?
Oh god.
No, please don't do that. He does.
I mean,
on Nintendo.
they should bring Tyson
He should
back.
be
to
Glass
have
Joe.
him
He should be the
stand
first
still.
one.
Jake Paul's Punch Out is crazy.
Bring Tyson back and have him stand still.
Remember, he's the face of boxing.
Oh god.
Hey, that's his word. His own words. He's the face of boxing. He's only boxed one real boxer that wasn't retired, and he lost. But you know, and it's, by the way, the boxer that he lost to in Tyson Fury had never won any other boxing match in his career except against another YouTuber. So he's not even a good boxer, and he beat Jake Paul.
But he was younger. But he was younger.
So he was not even considered a good professional boxer, and he beat Jake Paul. What do you think an actual good professional boxer is going to do to Jake Paul? Why do you think he doesn't actually face them?
Man, not even a nibble at that ear, man.
No, he called out Canelo, and I'm like, dude, Canelo is not going to give you the light of fucking day. You haven't earned a title match against Canelo. What are you doing? Canelo would knock your fucking ass out in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
What the fuck are we talking about? I guess if you want to retire from boxing, you go out with one last final big ticket, 800 million people watching, you get your ass kicked, and then you're done, right? Of course not. No, Jake Paul, he'll probably switch to MMA or some shit. Yeah, is there any other games you guys can think of?
I think a sports game, like you were mentioning, like
Something sports. Yeah.
something. I don't. Hopefully, we get a sports game that has multiple sports in it, and it's a very kind of well-driven game that has a lot of characters within them, like maybe Mario Baseball and basketball, and then soccer and something like that. I know there's Switch Sports there, but I want something with Nintendo IP very heavily. It's like a Mario Kart, but sports related. You know what I mean? Nobody knows what I mean.
No, I know what you mean.
No, for sure. Yeah.
I'm just trying to think like what it would be.
They just need more effort. Like
Yeah.
when they come out with these sports games, just like no content.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
just like a huge
definitely
online
no
player
long-term
base.
support.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they proved at Splatoon that they could do content. They could continue and push a game all the way to the end, because Splatoon, I think, is was the best ongoing game of the Switch life. They constantly had these Splatfests. They had updates. They had I mean, they ended up with a huge giant concert, which was like, wow, they went all out. This is crazy, you know. So do that with something Mario related, you know.
Yep.
Yeah. What about a Fire Emblem? Like, I know we had Engage at the beginning of 2023, but they do bring out Fire Emblems more often than other IPs. And Engage obviously didn't do well. Didn't do what Nintendo wanted it to do. And I can say that confidently, guys. And I'm not saying it didn't sell a couple mil. It did. But I can say this confidently because they pulled it from retail less than a year after it released. Ooh. You cannot buy it in stores anymore. I mean, you might still find some, but they're like the stores that ran out of copies, they can't get them anymore. Nintendo literally canceled the retail. I don't know. I don't think they pulled it off the eShop. I'm pretty sure you can still buy it there because it cost Nintendo nothing to keep it there. But then again, you know, they did do it with 3D All-Stars, but they did warn us they were going to do it with 3D All-Stars. So I do think that there's this thing where 3 Hopes was huge for them. And I feel like they had another one like that in the works. And with another one like that in the works, I do think that they might have gone ahead and had one ready for launch here. I feel like we're due for another social style Fire Emblem game.
Yeah. Maybe a brand new IP, something completely.
Well, there's going to be a new IP. Something's happening.
I know they're going to have the gimmick game, right? The gimmick that shows you how to use the new features on the Nintendo Switch 2. I know like they had one to Switch right at the beginning. Something that kind of focuses on what's new on the Switch too. They'll throw that in there year one so that you can buy, have fun party game. And then they will forget about that and never do that again.
Well, everybody's one to Switch.
And developers won't even use those features on Switch.
Hey, Eric, do you got any thoughts? Like any sort of game that could release year one that maybe you'd want to see that would do well?
I think if they did do something, it'd be really interesting to see like an Earthbound or Mother 4. I don't know how Mother 3 ends, so I don't really know if that would be a possibility thing. Well, hell, just bring that over too, and that would be huge. But that'd be an interesting one, or something in that line.
Yeah.
How about a remake of Earthbound?
Yeah.
HD 2D Earthbound.
Yeah,
Perfect.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, that would be great.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's ever happening, but that would be great.
Yeah. I mean, I saw an article where the one of the makers of Dragon Quest said that they would love to do Final Fantasy 6 in HD 2D.
I saw that too.
Yeah.
Would love to see it.
That would actually be great for Final Fantasy 6.
Yeah. Man.
Amazing game.
Yeah, a game people forget about it because it was the last one on Nintendo before they went to Sony.
It was, yeah.
He said he wanted to do that one, and did he say Chrono Trigger as well?
I want Chrono Trigger. He didn't say that. I want Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, I think we all want Chrono.
Yeah, who doesn't?
Yeah, HD 2D would be perfect for that.
Crazy, man. That'd be crazy.
I wonder if Ubisoft's going to do anything unique for the system this time. A unique game. Because like they have a kind of a history with Nintendo's platforms where year one they have like a unique thing come out.
They always do. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it was Mario and Rabbids for Switch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Was it Zombie U?
For Wii U.
For Wii U? I think that was Ubisoft, right? Pretty
Yeah.
sure.
And the Rabbids came out on the Wii.
Yep, they had the Rabbid thing going on. And even on Wii, who's Red Steel?
That was Ubisoft.
That was Ubisoft too, and that was a launch game. So like that's what I'm saying. They kind of have this history with Nintendo over the last few platforms. They always have something year one that's like unique and exclusive.
Yeah, Ubisoft has always been there to support Nintendo at launch, and make as much money as they can as well.
Yeah, I expect the new Assassin's Creed to be there, especially now that it's a 2025 game. But it's like okay, but that's not the unique thing. That's just bringing their big game. I I wouldn't even be surprised if it was a port of Star Wars Outlaws or something, but
I could see that because
but I'm like,
it needs the help
because it's not going to be okay. We can get the Mario and Rabbids collection, but that's still not unique. That's just ports. So, what's the unique thing they're going to do? Is it going to be another Rabbids? Is it going to be, a party game because they tend to do that, or is it going to be something more serious like Zombie U was, where they go with a completely different direction with something? I don't know, man.
Does Nintendo
need to win, by the way? So, like, whatever it is, it's got to be something they think they're going to win with because they've taken a lot of L's lately.
It has to, yeah.
Does Nintendo have a free-to-play game?
Does Nintendo have one?
I don't recall one, right? They don't have a free-to-play game.
An official free-to-play.
An ongoing free-to-play game.
Well, it depends on what you mean. Like, if you have an NSO sub, and I'm not just talking about like the classic games like Tetris 99. Stuff like that. That's you get to play that for free with NSO.
I'm talking more like
because I don't think Nintendo's ever going to do a free to play outside of NSO.
Yeah,
because they're going to want a perk for people to subscribe.
I mean, free to play. Of course, it has. You can update. Buy little outfits and stuff like that. Like
they got their mobile phone games are all free to play.
Yeah. Actually, the Animal Crossing one is not free to play.
Well, not anymore. Yeah, I know. Yeah, now you have to buy it. I know.
Yeah, it's a standalone game now, so it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's fine. I know. I'm saying it was really good when in its heyday too, when it was online.
Yeah.
So no, I like a traditional free to play. I don't think they have one. Outside of like little games they've dropped on NSO at times. Like we had Mario 35, that was free if you had NSO stuff. Technically F-Zero 99.
Yeah.
So like they have some like that, but nothing that's like a mega, transformative like a Fortnite, Minecraft. Although Minecraft's not free to play, but you know what I mean? Like games like that. They don't have anything like that. But to be fair, most companies don't have anything like that. Like it's very hard to hit on one of those games.
Yeah.
But when you do hit, it is money in the fucking bank.
They could do like a Splatoon Splattle Royale.
Yeah.
Dude, it would be crazy if they made Splatoon free to play the next.
Yeah.
But then they had season passes and stuff.
I would go like crazy.
I
man.
actually might be a little bit into that.
People are going to crucify me, by the way. How dare you do that?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Man, think about how big the player base would get. Like, think about it right now. It already has like 10 to 15 mil like every time. Yeah, but now it's free to play. That 10 to 15 mil will quickly be 50 halfway through the life cycle. Like, people are going to play the fuck out of it if it's free to play because that's how good Splatoon is. With constant updates, it'd be one at that point. It'd be one Splatoon for the entire generation. But
Yeah.
you know, and you reset everyone with new seasons, with all the new gear that you can earn. Like, man, like it's the perfect game to do it with. I'm not saying Nintendo will do it with that game. I think they would probably more likely invent a new IP to do something like that with.
Yeah,
But
you can buy a Splat Pass to play in the next Splat.
Splat Pass. Yeah, I mean, there you go. It's right there.
Yeah.
They already have it, kind of. They have like catalogs or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They do have catalogs. Nintendo, don't listen to me. By the way, it would work, but don't listen to me. This is money grubbing talk here. But in earnest, like a free to play game, like that's what we thought. Like, hey, that like the NSO playtest. Like, I kept thinking like that if they made that into like a full game, that could be a free to play thing. It could do well for Nintendo.
I just keep going back to Mario. You know why?
Yeah, I
Because Mario Wonder made such a big difference in the 2D genre, like the new art style, the new way to play, the music, the way it was built. That I feel like the next 3D Mario, we will have a brand new art style, something completely fresh, and it's gonna be as big of an impact, maybe even greater than Mario Wonder was. You know, and so I just keep going back to that game. I think that game is gonna be so great that it's gonna sell systems like crazy. Now it is a system sell. It's Mario, but I'm guessing this new Mario, man, they have to give us Bowser's Fury and one.
Yeah,
like,
3D Mario has always been proven to be a system seller.
Yeah. The Bowser's Fury Bowser is like the best Bowser of all time to me, and I hope they incorporate that somehow. You know, make Bowser huge, giant like that, and then turn Mario into a Super Saiyan.
By the way, Nintendo, you gave us a cat suit. Where's my dog suit, man?
Yeah.
Where's my dog suit? I'm a dog guy. Where's my
Same.
dog? You're forcing me to be a
I want to
cat.
be able to piddle on the pipes.
I would say,
Yeah.
what would the power up be?
Claiming territory with a little bit.
Can you imagine a power up that makes
I mark this pipe. It turns green. I can use it now.
Start humping a Goomba. Wait, what? No.
I mean, if we're realistic, though, it could be anything like wolf powers. Like, you know,
Yeah.
'cause dogs and wolves are the same thing, basically. That being said, I don't know. Like Mario's going to have a huge presence next year. I just feel like there's going to be more than that in year one. There's going to be a lot of variety. I just don't know what it is.
I can think of one more game that could actually possibly make a comeback. And there's been semi-rumors about it. Kid Icarus 2.
Ooh, a Kid Icarus game would be sick.
Just remake
Crazy
it.
about that game.
Oh yeah, even
Yeah,
just
I mean, yeah.
remaking Uprising would be fantastic.
Mm.
I don't like it.
But even if they didn't do that, like a new one would be great. If we think about it, like Platinum Games could be working on something for Nintendo. The last game we got out from them was Origins, right? So like, we could have a new Bayonetta in us, or maybe something else. They did Star Fox Zero. They were the primary devs on that. Or have they been working on a Star Fox?
Firefox.
Possible. I mean, Ubisoft. That could be the unique thing from Ubisoft. Maybe they're working on Star Fox because they did that other game too that crossed over with Star Fox. What was that game called?
Battle for Atlas.
Yeah. Starlink Battle for Atlas. Yeah. Ubisoft did that, and the best parts of that were the Star Fox stuff. So let them make a Star Fox game. That would be sick. Like I actually would think Ubisoft could do a good job with Star Fox. I also know Nintendo's not going to let them release it as a complete buggy mess like they did with Star Wars Outlaws. So that's also that's the Nintendo overwatching one of their big IPs, going like, nah, you ain't pulling a Pokemon. We've been there, done that. Ain't doing that again.
So talking about the games that will make an impact on Nintendo and will become a system seller. I think Nintendo, for the first time, will well, not for the first time, but at least for Switch 2, I believe Switch 2 will be a very accessory hit driven console to a point where these accessories they make will make gaming fun, right? Maybe they might bring back the Zapper for the 40th anniversary Mario versus Mario.
They might give us VR year
know,
one. That's not
the-
cardboard.
The headset, the head. Well, it's not cardboard. Exactly.
Yeah, it's not cardboard, like real VR.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can I show you the 3D render that I have for the Switch 2 to show you a part?
No, you absolutely are never allowed to show renders on my channel ever. You're gonna get the ninjas after me.
What ninjas? These are my personal renders. I got them from a source. That
that's what I'm saying. You didn't personally draw and create them. I'm getting attacked. No, you can show. I don't give a shit. Come on,
I just
I'm
want
the
to
one that showed the leaked Zelda art in a video and a live stream. Based off Nintendo, they still didn't copyright strike me. They claimed my videos, which deleted them off of YouTube, and then they emailed me and said, "Hey, can you just like not do that? Thanks." I'm like, "Oh, well, you could have striked me." So I guess sure. Thanks for not striking me, because I should have been copyright striked. So I think Nintendo and I are cool, but I don't know how many more times I can push that button. Okay. Yeah.
You see it?
Yeah.
All right. So this is the top, right? This is the top of the system.
Yeah. Vents. Yep.
Yeah. So we got the vents here. There's the new
USB-C.
port.
You have your light sensor there.
Yeah. These two outlets here, they're not screws. They're like little dents, so that when you hook up whatever you hook up on top of it, it
connect to it.
creates more stability.
So where do we put the headphone?
Yeah.
No
No,
headphone
this is not the headphone jack here. Here.
So no headphone. You have no headphone jack on your renders.
It's right there.
That's the headphone jack. Then what is the light sensor?
Yeah. One light sensor.
They have a light sensor on top of the Switch. That's how they do the auto dimming.
Yeah. So for this one, this here is actually for example, let's say I want to put something on top of here and it's gonna plug in right there, right?
Sure, yeah.
If I just plug in the USB-C port and it's like they say it's kind of like a little smaller, it's gonna wiggle, right? It's gonna make damage on the USB-C port because it's gonna be kind of loose.
Sure.
Unless what I'm plugging in also has two little prongs on each side for stability. So when I plug it in, the USB-C port goes in, and also the little prongs go in and kind of snap in there, so that it's little, it's better supported. So that's what these two are.
Is this your idea?
No, this is the person who told me this. Gave me this. Told me that these
I
were.
ask because I feel like there's one fatal design flaw in this.
Yeah. Oh, then I was probably gonna say the vent, but they could easily, what having the vent redirect and then having on the accessory the back kind of redirect the vent outward. So if there's a secondary screen, then the vent will come up and outward, and it'll have like a little vent piece on the back of the screen. That way, it doesn't cover the ventilation of the system. But that's what I was told about this. So that's why I feel like this is gonna be very accessory driven. This USB-C port has more functions than we know. We'll find out when it comes out. But VR headset, a camera, some like a lot of accessories that will actually make your game a lot better. Especially when you play on handheld mode. There's so much they can do with this. But I think that a major part of the Switch selling, something that Nintendo will have, but PS5 and Xbox will not have, even if they release their handheld system. Nintendo will have this. I have this feeling that it'll be very accessory driven. There's so many things that they could use this USB-C port for that could enhance your gameplay. You know what I mean? I don't know. They got like a little fan, so when you're playing, you're sweaty. A fan hits you in the face. I don't know.
Sure.
But yeah.
Cool.
That's my theory,
That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it.
I have a list of games.
Yeah, you go for it, man. What we got?
For Switch year one.
Let's do it.
I do think 3D Mario.
Sure.
It
Absolutely.
has to.
Yeah.
It's either going to be at launch or the big holiday game. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still standing by an original prediction, Super Mario Kart. We're going to get a Mario Kart year one. It's going to really help to rapidly build the install base for Switch 2. And it will sell a lot of extra controllers. So there'll be a lot of money made there. And again, it's an evergreen title. It makes sense to have Mario Kart come out at the beginning of the console. Really, Switch 1 was the earliest they had ever done it, being in April. Prior to that, I think it was Mario Kart 64 that came out, if I recall, in February of 97. So about 6 months after. So still typically the launch window. But I think we get double dose of Mario with 3D Mario and Mario Kart. And then something for the 40th anniversary. What it will be, I don't know. Metroid Prime 4. I think we're either going to get 2 SKUs or there's going to be a patch for Switch 2. Performance patch, something. I do think we see Zelda. I've been on the Ocarina of Time boat for a long time. Will it be next year? I don't know. It might be 2026 because that is Zelda's 40th. Zelda came out in 86. So we'll see. I gotta imagine though we're getting something from Zelda. So if not that, I do think Breath of the Wild 4K. Why not? I would play it again. I've talked about this many times. I would play it again because I played it when it came out, man.
Yeah.
Literally the same month. So we're going on 9? Is it going to be it'll be 8 years? Yeah, 8 years. This is a long time, man. Elden Ring. No doubt I think we're getting the Elden Ring Complete Edition. I think all of these games are going to help sell the Switch too. Final Fantasy VII Remake. Right? Call of Duty. Are we going to get a Smash in year 1?
Oh, I think it's year 2. I feel like they're going to year 2 it just like they did on... Like, they're going to want it out early so they can do all the DLC spread out. But I still think it's going to be 2026.
Yeah, there would be a lot in year 1. Do we think we're getting Animal Crossing in year 1?
I think so.
I think there's
It's been a while.
It's been long enough that it's possible.
Yeah.
But it also could just end up being, again, because they're going to need big games in year 2. Like, they're not going to blow their entire load. So, like, it could, again, just like I think Splatoon will be a year 2 game. I think Animal Crossing could be a year 2 game as well. I could be wrong. Maybe Animal Crossing is not ready and not coming for another 4 years. I have no idea.
Yeah, Animal Crossing is the number 2 game on Switch right now, right? The number 2.
Not number 2 bestseller, yeah.
Yeah, so system seller.
And I feel like Nintendo wants to make Animal Crossing a more proper evergreen title.
Yeah.
To where we're getting it out early. We're doing DLCs. We're doing updates, expansions.
Sure.
Yeah, I feel like that was the missed boat with Animal Crossing. But then
I do too.
I try to remind myself it came out literally during COVID.
Yeah.
Which was beautiful for the game sales, but horrendous for game development.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's like future content, they might have had bigger plans than what they ended up doing. Which, by the way, the DLC was good. It's just everyone who plays that game, who played prior ones, know, like, man, they really did not support this the way they supported New Leaf. Like, it's just, But I'm gonna chalk that up to hard to develop during COVID. This next time around, I think they're gonna want years of support for this game.
Yeah, they actually promised 3 years of support, but they only delivered 1.5. After that, it was due to COVID. Can you imagine if we get I know they've denied it, but Nintendo denies everything. What if we get Tears of the Kingdom DLC, and instead of like Elden Ring, Shadow of the something tree, Shadow of the Deku tree?
Here we go.
That'd be sick.
I'm so tired of that world, man.
Where is the Deku tree?
All right.
Who killed it?
All right.
Oh,
Did you have any more games on your list, Stash?
I do. I think we're getting Persona.
Okay.
I think Persona's going to be there. We're going to get Resident Evil. We're going to get the modern remakes that are out right now. So Resident Evil 2, 3, and 4. And I presume we're going to be getting the other ones as well. Resident Evil 7 and 8. Doom Dark Ages. We do have Doom Eternal on Switch. I don't see why we wouldn't have Dark Ages.
Mm-hmm.
Monster Hunter Wilds. I think with Ubisoft, we're going to get, so not just the new Assassin's Creed, but for example, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, that came out on PS4. Ubisoft patched that, I think 2 or 3 years ago, to run at 60 FPS 4K on PS5.
Mm-hmm.
Then a year later, the Ubisoft India team worked on Origins and patched it to run at 4K 60. Then I'm sure you guys saw a few days ago, Ubisoft patched Assassin's Creed Syndicate to run at 4K 60.
Mm.
I don't see why Ubisoft wouldn't be putting out Valhalla, Odyssey, Origins, Syndicate, Shadows, which will be coming out soon, and the one that came out last year, the kind of shorter one. But I could see all of these games coming out soon. We have the Ezio collection on Switch. All of these games run on PS4. So I think they could run at 4K 60.
Yeah.
No problem. So I think we get all that. I think there is probably going to be some sort of Mario sports game. And do we have a chance, you think, to get Pilot Wings back?
There's always a chance.
I think it's a better chance than Wave Race.
And probably, yeah. I'd probably give it a better chance than Wave Race.
Which is sad. I don't think we're ever. I think the closest thing I'm getting to a Wave Race that is for modern day is when I play it on my analog 3D on Nintendo 64 when it comes out next year. That's the closest I'm ever going to come to getting a 4K Wave Race. Sadly,
Man, Wave Race. Oh,
it's so good, dude. The original Wave Race, the soundtrack is great. The waves, man, the water, the water physics is so perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man. Oh, I want it.
I know. If only it were the 90s. When like Wave Race, like when jet skiing was super popular.
I'll go back to the 90s. I'm good. I had a good time in the 90s.
So did I.
All right.
I'm going to mention a game that is crazy. A lot of people might not remember it or even played it. It came out in 1988. It was one of my favorite games ever. I don't think it'll ever make it back because it was by a developer that I'm sure is not out anymore. At least publisher, it was EA, right? And Data East. It's called Caveman Games.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I have it. I have it up here.
That was my and yes, that's my favorite game. I don't think it'll do good now. In this time.
I don't think so, dude.
Man, that was the game, man. Caveman Game. If you have an opportunity, get the ROM. It's never gonna come again. No, they're not ever gonna bring it back.
NSO. They put some bad games on NSO. Like, you never know what they're gonna do.
Look, listen. Caveman Games it's the Olympic Games, but with cavemen, right?
Yes.
Back in the day, it was in the 80s. So
I know what the game is. Yeah.
One of the games that used to do is he take the caveman took his partner, which is a girl, and by her legs and just twisted her like that.
Pole vault, or not pole vault, but
as far as she can, and then
maybe
it'll go by yards, right?
Yeah.
At the 7th yard, the girl will start dancing like.
Hell yeah,
hammer toss. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Man, that is just hilarious, man.
All right. Was there any more games, Stash? Or was that your list?
That's primarily the list. We'll see what happens. We'll see what other Nintendo characters pop up.
Yeah. I just reveal the thing to Nintendo. I know we're going to keep saying this all the way till March because you'll probably wait till March 31st to reveal it, but God, just reveal this thing so we have like actual tangible game stuff to talk about because that's what I want. I want to talk about the games. And you can drop Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. New trailer at the Game Awards would be sick. That'll give me something to talk about for a week. All right, let's go ahead and get to our super chats. We don't actually have. I went through them. Nobody really submitted a topic as like the top super chatter. And our top super chatter is at $10, and it's a statement. Not a
Right, then.
topic. So we don't have one. So we're just going to do the Q&A here. And there's I'll just go in order that I have them clicked here. You guys can still submit your questions if you want. But let's just go to Vanata712. Came in $5 says, what's your favorite RPG playable on Switch? Because he just finished Persona 5 R on Switch.
I'm gonna head out real quick, guys. I'm gonna let y'all handle this. But
Yeah, hold on. Wait, before you go.
Okay.
I knew you were gonna head out. I was like, I don't know if he's gonna stick it out. I got one super chat. That's all about you, baby.
I'll wait for it.
It's all about you. It's right here. Why is Nintendo Land seriously goated?
You know what? I ask myself that every day.
I'm sure you do, man.
I'm not. I'm just an average person talking about Mario every day like a weirdo.
Average people don't make Tingle costume bags.
You know what? You're right. I'm not an average person.
Exactly. Really admit that you're special, damn it, Landon.
Maybe I am Tingle.
And hey, you have a successful YouTube channel where you're part of like the 0.01% of like channels that go anywhere. So say you're special. Come on.
Yep.
I look tight.
You're special. Accept it. You're the GOAT. Got it. You're gonna be
Kind
the
of.
first among us here to hit 1 million subscribers and GOAT all over us, whatever that means. No, please don't go there.
I won't.
We had enough of that Tingle costume. I don't know if we need more. All right.
Yeah.
But no, you guys should go check out his channel. I'm sure he's got lots of content and great stuff in the works for you guys. So
Yep. Whenever Nintendo gives a Switch too.
It's fucking go time. I'm excited, but also like, God, I'm gonna be so busy.
All right.
Like,
It's a good busy
it's
though.
gonna be like no sleep. It's gonna be bad, but
Yeah.
also a fun bad. I like fun bad.
Yep.
All right. See you later, Landon.
All right,
There
guys.
you go, man.
See ya.
All right. So going back to the Vanata's question. Favorite RPG that's playable on Switch. What do you got, Mike?
Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Okay. It's a good pick. I'm going to go with one that's not Xenoblade. Please don't crucify me, guys. Triangle Strategy.
Oh yeah, you love that game.
Dude, that game rocks.
Yeah.
That game fucking rocks. By the way, it might be Dragon Quest 3 2D HD. I just haven't played it yet. I'm picking it up end of the month. My first ever Dragon Quest game. So it might end up being that one. But I don't know yet because I haven't played it.
That's close to what my favorite is. Dragon Quest XIS.
Oh, okay.
Amazing.
Okay. Nice.
Amazing game.
Eric's glancing through a list. Is there any that tickle your fancy or any you've tried?
Golf Story was really good.
Oh, yeah. Golf Story's an RPG.
Yeah.
It literally is.
Yeah. No, I know.
It's
That's
very fucking
Yeah.
good.
it was really good.
Way better than Sports Story. I can't. God, they really butchered that sequel. Okay, is that the one you're
Yeah,
gonna go with?
I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah,
'cause
Golf Story.
It was
Dude,
good. It was really
dude,
good.
That game
actually.
rocks. It's what Mario Golf used to be.
Triangle Story.
Mhm.
Triangle Story.
All right, thank you, Vanata 712. Next up, we got let's see here, $5 from Demonic Rollers, and I just keep thinking it's about to be launch year, but just imagine what all we'll get over the next 6 to 7 years. Yeah, this whole next generation, man. He's so excited for Switch 2, dude.
It's gonna be so much fun.
It's like a whole new experience for me because like I was a content creator most of the Switch era, but like let's just be real, wasn't doing it for a living. I had other shit going on. Now I'm doing this for a living, and I've never like done like Eric and I unboxed Switch back when we were getting like 100 views on a video.
Mhm.
Now we have like an audience, and this is insane.
Mhm.
And this is gonna be the craziest. Man, I'm so excited. And now I know I didn't know other content creators back then. Now I do. So like we all get to celebrate this thing like together when I didn't really have like Nintendo fans with me besides this lug over here. And he wasn't even getting Nintendo consoles every time they came out. So at least not at launch. So it was like, man, I didn't have a Nintendo community growing up to like celebrate and enjoy with, and now I do. And I'm just so pumped for 7 years of this.
Yeah, man.
It's gonna be
Beginning of another generation.
great. Oh, man.
Think about where you were.
I
when
don't
Switch
want.
came
I
out.
don't even want to think about it, but I keep telling myself, yeah. And I got to I'm appreciating it more as I get older, because you know what? I'm gonna be near 50. That's how the next Nintendo system comes out.
Oh Lord, yeah.
So like,
Jesus.
like there's only so many generations left in my
God,
life.
I hate thinking about that.
But that's something I think about now. That like this next one is like right still in like some of the prime of my life. After that, it might not be the prime for me anymore. So I'm excited.
Yeah, this will probably be my last Nintendo generation.
Mike, don't say that to me. Don't say that to me. All right. Let's get to another one from Demonic Brawler. Coming in with the 10. All caps. He's excited.
Hey man, Switch 2 having
Hold
all
on.
the third party
With
support.
Switch 2 having all of the potential third-party support, backwards compatible, and at least 2 good first-party launch window titles, then I think, yes, it can sell 20 million or more in just year 1.
That's crazy. 20 million in the first year. That would be like record breaking.
That would be sick. Is it possible?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's possible. Why not?
Will
It
they
is.
do it? I have no fucking idea. But
Depends on price point too. You never know. What if Nintendo decides to? Hey, you know what? We left off at $349 for the OLED. How about we started at that point, and then when the Switch OLED comes out, we'll put that one in $400.
yeah, right. Jimzo comes in with the 5. He's saying, do you think that Anno 1800 will release on the Nintendo Switch because there is an ESRB rating for this game on Switch? So when I saw that ESRB rating, I thought it was a mistake. And let me explain. Anno 1800, for those who have never played it, is a very CPU intensive game. It destroys even modern day CPUs on PC. So like the idea of this game running on a Tegra X1, I almost feel like maybe Switch 2, Switch feels like a mistake. This game's going to run at like 2 FPS. But you know what? It is technically rated for the system, which means there's probably a version of it for Switch. I don't think it's going to be very good. But sure. Could they release it on Switch? Yes. Do I think that's a good idea? No, I do not, based on my experience with the game. It is very intense on PC. Very intense.
Fair enough. I've never heard
Fun
of it
game.
till
It's
now.
a strategy game. It's a strategy game. It's very fun. It's like a city building strategy. It's
I
it
just
fucking
kinda
rocks.
looked at it. It looks,
Yeah. It
looks
fucking
amazing.
rocks,
Yeah.
but it's very intense on CPUs.
Oh yeah, at least we have Anno mutationem. Crazy. I don't know. I can't read that.
Yeah. I don't even know what you're saying. I think you butchered it that bad.
Yeah,
don't recognize the word.
Anno mutation M.
Okay.
Mutation M.
Okay.
I don't know.
Jacob Dresback came in with the 2. And he's saying there isn't enough Fire Emblem talk. Hey man, you know why I brought up Fire Emblem? I saw your super chat. That's right, buddy.
Mhm.
Because there's been rumors about Fire Emblem remakes. That's gonna be coming to Switch next year. Like Switch is still gonna be getting games too. Like we focus so much on Switch 2. Switch is still gonna get games too. Like it might be the most packed year for Nintendo ever between Switch and Switch 2. Like there are gonna be games where like 2 major games are coming out in the same month because one of them's a remaster for Switch. It's not gonna be on Switch 2 natively, and then there's still a brand new game on Switch 2 that month. So like it could be a packed year next year. We got Sam Talks Games uses their member chat saying, hey y'all, what's your advice to a fella that's been experiencing some video game burnout? The spark has been diminished a bit.
That's a sad story.
Yeah, that sucks when that happens.
Mhm.
I've definitely had it happen in the past. Like it's happened, but I've come back from it every time.
Yeah. My advice would be this is the best time to take a step back, look around, go outside,
Yeah.
smell the air, grass, look for something that is not video game related and miss it a little bit. Make yourself miss the video games for a little bit, right? And then just come back fresh. Because I think burnout is just another way of saying, hey, you need a break. Like when your body gets sick, you're constantly working. It's like your body saying, hey, go to bed, take a nap, relax. Burnout's the same thing. Burnout is like, you know what? I've done this way too long. I need my brain needs a brain break. Take a step back take a step back for as long as you need to, and then get back into it once you feel like you can. That's my advice for that. Burnout and that applies for everything. Hobbies, whatever you get burnout in.
So, what I've done in the past, especially in like this new age, is because I feel like video game burnout is like a cumulative thing. Like there's you not like the games you've played lately just aren't doing it for you. And then maybe you're watching like video game content creators, and then the stuff they're talking about that they're excited about just isn't doing it for you. Social media, people get excited over like the game awards, and you're just like, nothing going on there is really exciting for me. Because I've had this happen to me before, and the biggest thing I did is one, I stopped watching all content related to video games. I know, ironic, me telling you not to watch my videos, but hey, this is about you. And then what I would do is I didn't completely cut out video games. I did go outside and do some more stuff, but I cut out new video games. I decided I'm not buying any new games because I keep getting dissatisfied with what I'm experiencing. And that burnout could be a combination of the way the video game industry is going currently, or it could just be, hey, the games that have come out just aren't the kind of games that I'm that interested in. So what I would do then is I would go back to an old favorite. It doesn't even need to be that old. Maybe it's just Breath of the Wild for you. But just like an old favorite and just put some time into that kind of casually. Don't plan to like plow through it for 6 hours. Just sort of casually play that while you're also, doing some other stuff in life, going on walks and all that to kind of improve your mood. Because it keeps you connected. Because like if the idea is you're trying to get the spark back, there is something that sometimes, and this isn't a bad thing, sometimes you might leave video games and go do other things and never come back to video games. Because you might enjoy, and that's not a bad thing, by the way. Absolutely not. You find other things in life you end up enjoying more than video games. Do that. Video games are a hobby for a reason. They're optional. You don't have to. Lots of people, despite how big video games are, there's tons of people that don't touch video games and have perfectly happy lives. But if the idea is you want to rekindle the spark, I think keeping a connection a bit and doing it with an old favorite can help a little bit because it can remind you what you love so much about video games in the first place while also expanding yourself. Because if you're someone that plays a lot of games, but you're so dissatisfied, like just going back to old favorites, you still might get tired of that too. Like you don't want to ever play one of your favorite games and be bored like that you don't want that to happen. So you do need to have some sort of mental break from doing all of the crazy, playing games all the time. If it's really, really, not working for you, because that's what I did. I did this a number of years ago. I was even a content creator, and I stopped making videos for 3 months. Easy to do when I wasn't doing it full time. But I stopped making videos for 3 months, and then I just played Breath of the Wild over the course of that 3 months, and then just spent more time with my kids and did other stuff. And then it was, I can't remember what game it was, but there was some game that was announced, and it got me excited a little bit, but I'm like, I don't know if the spark's really back. And then I played it, and then it was a fucking amazing. And I've been back ever since. So it's kind of like giving yourself that mental break from, because I feel like sometimes with hobbies, it's like anything in life. If you do too much of it and don't have other fun things in your life, you lack variety. And that lack of variety can make anything boring. I mean, like right now I'm watching an NBA game. NBA players have to do things outside of basketball in their life, or it will become boring even if it's their job. Like you can love it and love it and love it, but you have to have something else that you enjoy doing to give you that variety. For a lot of them, it's family, right? Like Giannis, favorite player on my Bucks. Family. He's a big family man. Huge on family, does things with his brothers, his mom, his wife, his kids. That's what he does. He does family things. He gets away from the game of basketball and does family things, but he loves the game. And it's his job, and he's got to think about it a lot, but he takes time with his family. So you got to find something like that. That's my sort of advice. Obviously, I don't know your situation, but once it rekindled for me, and it hasn't gone away since. Is it going to happen again? Well, it would really suck if it happens to me now that it's my job. I'd probably have to find a different way to rekindle because I can't just not make videos for 3 months. That being said, Eric, I'm actually curious what you have to say on this because I know for you lost it for a large number of years.
Yes and no.
Like not as like not like it used to be.
No. just time, age, depression.
Yeah.
That was a big thing of it. But yeah, no, I honestly agree with you though. Just taking some time away and, finding a game that you enjoy and love and just kind of keeping that, there for you is probably going to be, the best way to handle it. But again, yeah, I don't know your situation. I don't know any of that, but yeah, it's tough to get back into it.
Was there a moment that got you back into it?
Switch
Was
release.
it like was it
really.
when we played the Breath of the Wild demo at E3?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I remember back then you and I were barely playing games together.
Yeah,
and then we went to that E3 when I was
Mhm.
working at Zelda Informer, and then the look on your face playing that demo,
Mhm.
the moment I saw Eric's face light up, he was only playing it for like 3 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
and he did something, and his face lit up. I'm like, oh fuck, Nintendo's got something.
Mhm.
Like, this is not a Zelda fan like me. This is somebody who basically has never touched the series. Hasn't been
Besides
playing
when you went
games.
to the bathroom and I
besides when I
just sailed around.
Yeah, but like basically, hasn't really played much Zelda.
Yeah.
Hasn't really been into games in a long time, and he just picked up the fucking Wii U gamepad on Nintendo's least successful system and his face lit up. It's like I hadn't seen that level of like excitement from Eric for a game in a long time, and I feel like that really helped rekindle for him, and it easily sold him on because he wasn't even thinking about Switch day one, and then that happened, and so
Mhm.
fuck yeah, day one. So that's obviously really really cool. But I also like, and the thing is, it happened again recently when I watched him play Plucky Squire.
Mhm.
I was sitting in the chair over there, his fucking face just lit up. I'm like, yeah. So like, so that the passion's there, right? You just gotta. Sometimes you play so many. I think why the burnout happens either when you game too much, or you play so many new games in a row that disappoint you,
Mm-hmm.
and that can really suck the life out of it because you're not having fun. And you think, oh, I'll buy the next one, and then that one's not fun. And then the next one. So if you play enough games in a row, like Eric doesn't play a ton of games, but everyone he plays, he usually really, really loves.
Mhm.
And it's not always just playing, like give me games. Like, oh, the next Zelda game. Yeah, he'll probably get that now. The next 3D Mario game. Yeah, he's probably going to get loves. He loves Mario. But, that's not it. Like Plucky Squire. He just told you earlier in the podcast, he tried Balatro. Really fun.
Mhm.
So, also that one game that we had to do at Prime Gaming Fest. What was it? That multiplayer game where we're fruits, we're cutting each other.
Oh yeah,
Boomerang
Food.
Boomerang
That
Food,
was a lot of fun.
That game is a lot of fun. That game's
It
still
is
a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So like, sometimes adding some more variety to your gaming too,
Mhm.
like Eric adding more indie games in, like, because they do some crazy fun stuff. That can help too. Sometimes you just need variety in your gaming habits.
I always think another thing would be, if you're trying to get into, you've thought about playing a different type of genre than what you normally play, do it. Just dip your toe in, go for it. Find a game that is highly regarded in that area and just play it.
Yeah.
Can I add something real quick, really fast?
Yeah.
Life experience thing. Maybe this might be what you're going through. Maybe might be not. Who knows? Somebody might be. But sometimes we use gaming as a band-aid, to take the time to get distracted. And there might be something in your life you need to work on. Maybe a relationship, something that you've been lacking, or you're afraid to confront, to face, right? Just look around you. What is it that you think that it might be taking away that? Because when you have something you need to do and you replace it with gaming, it won't let you focus, no matter how much you love it, And so maybe just look around you and see what is it within your life that you think could improve, could be better. Work on that, with all you got. Never got about journey on. See you later. And then come back to gaming. If there's something around you that you need to finish, maybe a relationship you need to repair, or something you need to do before because it's happened to me before. Like
It's a good point. I could build off that too.
Yeah.
In that, for me, when it comes to like gaming, I always make sure that whatever projects that I need to do are done.
Yep.
Like, my house is not going to be a mess before I game. any errands I need to run, anything I need to do that's important. Everything that needs to be done is going to be done. My priorities are going to be taken care of first, and then I'm going to game. And when you do, you can truly enjoy the game and have a very clear, focused engagement with the game versus knowing that, oh man, I have to do this, I have to do that. Also, when I'm gaming and I'm into it, I'm playing it, like I'm not on social media. I'm actually not on social media often. I have my stuff set to post. I have it scheduled.
Mhm.
I don't go on there and hang out. I don't look at reels. I don't look at anything. All I do is really just watch my friends on YouTube. Be it both of you guys. I watch you guys. I watch a lot of the guests that we have on. But I watch a lot of the videos too when I'm at the gym.
Sure.
I just have my earpods in, and it's great. I love it.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I'm not doing anything. I'm actually thinking about all the other things I need to do.
Yeah, it's nice to get your mind off it when you're working out. Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah,
way
so
to-
when I'm working
that's a
out,
good way to
it's
work out.
perfect. Outside of that, though, I would just say play a variety of games. I play a variety of games. I never just like could play the same game over and over. I know people do that though. I see it. Like I see it on YouTube. I saw it on Twitch. People that just focus on like one game, and sometimes I see it with games that are like, it's not the kind of game. It's like supposed to be a game that once you beat it, you move on to the next thing. So I would say have a large variety. I mean, you see on my channel, like I play a large variety of games. I don't just play one genre. Try out new things, especially if they're highly rated games. And you're like, oh, I usually don't play this kind of game, but give it a chance.
Yep.
Like for instance, like Unicorn Overlord. I'm like, I don't play these kind of games. I never have historically, but there is a demo. Let me try it out. Tried it out. I'm like, this is great. This is great.
That
Maybe I can start
demo
playing these
alone is
games
so
now.
good. Yeah, the demo alone is so good.
Yeah. So stuff like that, man. Have a variety. And like Mike said too, it's just good to go outside, get some fresh air.
Yeah.
Touch grass, as they say. But really just go outside and get some fresh air, man. That always helps.
Make new friends, discover life. There's a lot there. There's a lot out there to that makes life worth living.
So much, yes.
All right. Hopefully something we said helped you, because obviously we don't know your specific your specific situation. So we tried to cover a broad spectrum. Anthony Nelson, company with $10, saying sunglasses perpetually fall onto video game controllers. Proud face. I'm not sure.
Sunglasses perpetually fall onto video games.
By the way, this super chat wasn't on my channel, so
Okay.
I'm assuming this is a reference to Steve.
Yeah, no, you know what? It was because he posted a sticker.
Did he?
That's what the sticker was.
Oh,
Because I'm reading this, I'm like,
Ah.
that's describing the sticker.
okay. So that's what
okay.
it's
So
doing.
like a GIF or something like that. Sticker. Okay.
All right.
That's funny how it,
Hey, had to show it again. Just
spells
prove
it out.
Oh yeah, super sticker.
I see it. Yep. Boo Mini. What can we expect, or when can we expect the next Blair Witch project? The Nintendo Prime Edition. Since we're discussing Nintendo things, of course.
That would be so funny to make a video.
That would be funny for like a Halloween thing to do, like a Blair Witch project style.
Let's do a collab. Everybody go to the woods, film each other, and just
That would be insane.
edit it together.
That would be kind of crazy.
I got a place we can film it, so
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
got some
Oh
woods
yeah.
here.
You got the woods, right?
yeah, I got
Yeah.
my grandparents' farm.
Yeah, your grandparents' farm. Yeah, that'd be a great place. Yeah, that'd be sick. That's a very nice idea, Boo Mini. It's one of those things that it's like, man, I wish one day that I just have the freedom to do something like that. I don't right now, but someday it would be crazy to do
Dude,
that.
we live in 3 different time zones.
I mean, yeah,
So-
there's that.
Here's what happens when all you motherfuckers fly in for my wedding someday, like 5 years down the road, whatever the fuck it is. When everyone flies in, that's when we're like, hey, while you're here, we got this great Blair Witch idea.
It's the middle of June, but who cares?
Who gives a fuck? Just nighttime in the woods.
Yeah,
We'll make
right.
it happen.
Speaking of, I might.
By the way, you don't survive. My bad. I gave you guys all Apple trackers. It should be easy to find you if you're lost. Anyways, that's a funny one, Boo Many. Thank you for that. It's good to get a laugh. Wink Demano 7 for $2 says, "What year will the last OG Switch game come out?" So an original game.
Yeah, we're not counting Just Dance, right?
Yeah, like I feel like Just Dance is going to be going on to like 2030 on that system.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Exactly.
Like an
So
original Switch game. So do you mean like? See, I have questions. Do you mean like exclusive to Switch?
Or first party.
let's go let's say either exclusive or first party
Okay.
because that makes it interesting.
2026.
Otherwise, we're predicting when Just Dance is
think
going to
they'll have
release.
something in early 2027, and then that might be it. Just yeah. I think there might be something in early because I think by then they'll have at least 30 million Switch 2s installed.
Yeah.
And then they'll really start shifting. I mean, they already have all their focus on Switch 2, but I mean, like, kind of be like, all right, it's time to stop releasing things in the other system. But I do think we could still see something early, like they have something planned for early 2027, just on the off chance Switch is still selling decent enough that they feel like they need to keep supporting.
Yeah.
But it'll end up not selling very well during the holidays in 2026. And then they'll already make their decision that, okay, we're just not going to put any more games on it, but they still have that one they already announced. So they'll just release that one.
Third party indie games will release their
third party indie games. That'll be cool. As long as they can sell, they'll I mean that as long as the eShop's open, there'll still be games coming.
Yep.
On Switch. That's just
cool. That's pretty cool.
Like literally, as long as they keep the eShop open, there'll be stuff released.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's Eric,
if they go the Sony route, it'll be 2030.
Hey, you never know.
I mean, they're still releasing PS4 stuff, aren't they?
yeah.
So,
I mean, technically, they were still doing PS2 stuff. They were selling PS2 till like 2013.
Yeah.
And there were still like some third-party games coming out on it for some ungodly reason. There's not even a digital store. They had to release physical copies. There were still physical. You can only buy them online, but there were still physical PS2 games coming out. It was crazy. God, imagine it's 2010 and you're buying a physical copy for PS2 that's brand new. What is happening? It's 2010. Can we get into like the same century, please? Anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in. It was obviously a really fun time. We'll go around the room and let people know what we got going on and where they can find us. Obviously, shout out to Andres Restart and Nintendo Land. They make excellent Nintendo content. Lots of variety. They do a lot of discussion videos, especially now when there's not a lot of news. A lot of discussion videos. I know Landon's kind of done with Switch 2. This is fine. He's just mad. He did not want to put that Tingle costume on. That was the last straw for him. He's done. He's done until it's announced. But Andres Restart's got a lot of excellent content, lots of variety over there. Talk about lots of different things. Nintendo Land blew up with Mario stuff, but he's talking all things Nintendo that he loves. So you guys should go check out his content as well. And then we have Super Mario Odyssey down there. Is this a channel rebrand, Mike?
No, I forgot to change it.
I thought you might do it because the Mario movie at some point you might be, no. Rebrand. Get Nintendo more mad at you for more Nintendo references.
Right?
They're not mad about it.
Hey, they don't care.
Yeah, they don't actually care. They just won't put you in a certain program because of it. Who gives a shit? So, Mike, what do you got going on?
So we got Monday to Friday news, like always. Nintendo content. Every Friday night, we got the Nintenbyte Podcast at 8:30 a.m. 9 a.m. That's in the morning, right? 8:30 p.m. at night live. So you guys can check us out there with Paul Gale Network, Joycey J, who's in the chat right now. Shout out to Joycey. We got Lily Hyrule and Zach Hendricks. He's a voice actor. They're doing pretty cool stuff. So check us out every Friday night. I also have every now and then I have the Nintendo Live Report. Whenever I can't do a video because of my eyesight, then I do the Nintendo Live Report. That's like my backup thing so that I can have still daily content. And I just finished editing the video from PAX East.
you know the next PAX East is not too far away.
Yeah, where
granted, they moved it to May. They moved it to May, so
I'm thinking of uploading it this weekend. You'll get to catch a glimpse of Nate doing karaoke.
Oh yeah.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm pretty sure I sounded like shit that time too.
Yeah, and you did pretty good. You did pretty good. And then
How many shots? How many $9 shots I was throwing back?
It's featuring Nate, featuring Andre, featuring Eric. We got Nintendo. Who we get there? We bumped into a couple people.
Yeah, there were some content creators there.
Yeah, so they're in the video. I just can't remember their names. We got the main event is Nate's karaoke. You guys got to look at it. So I'll upload it this Saturday.
This feels like an E3 dancing the Just Dance moment all over again.
It's fun.
By the way, that was a bucket list item to go on stage at E3 and dance to Just Dance.
Yeah,
it's checked off the bucket list. I did it. Which, by the way, E3 doesn't exist anymore. Lucky I got that one in when I did, because I would have never had the chance again.
Yeah. So, and I'm also printing out the Nintendo Switch 2 thing to do a comparison. I'm waiting for the printer to work so I can get it printing.
All right.
So stay tuned for that. Thank you so much. I don't think I'm ever gonna make it to 100K, but I can make it.
Don't sell yourself, sure. What are you talking about?
I think I can make it to the next 100, which is 50.8. So that's where I'm. That's my next goal. so if you have not
look at the creator of Indie Mania over here, just being like, "I'll never be bigger than I am now. Have a good day."
Yeah, I'm taking away my focus off of that. Yeah, life reasons and personal stuff.
Of course.
Yeah, but yeah, I got some good advice from Mr. Thunder Stash Gaming, 8574.
He's pretty good at that advice thing.
68. Yeah, so
8468. Eric,
that's it. That's it.
I'm here.
you're just here.
I'm here.
Hey, happy to have you back.
Yeah.
For starters.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Been in and out.
In and out. You and Nintendo Talk just having lots of shit.
Weeks.
Granted, for Eric has just been being sick.
Yeah.
Nintendo Talk moved.
Yeah.
So
Nintendo Talk is in the video. Nintendo Talk is in the video.
Man, Nintendo Talk at PAX East. Yeah, he's obviously a regular on our show, guys. Nintendo Talk. He's just dealing with movie and stuff, so that's why he's been busy the whole last couple of weeks. So he literally said today he will be back next week, and I said, ironic, isn't it? You're back when Rogers Base comes on. I feel like there might be a bromance between those two. It's gonna bud right before our eyes next week. It's gonna be wild.
Rogers
Paul Gale Network's going to be on too, and he's just
Heck yeah.
lucky it's Thanksgiving break for him, so that he actually could come on my show on a Wednesday. Thunderstash.
So, what I'm working on right now, Sonic X Shadow Generations review. I'm going to beat the game tomorrow. I beat Sonic Generations yesterday, and I'm working on Shadow. It's almost done. Then I'm going to get that review out the door. Then it's off to Metaphor and Dragon Quest. I'm going to get first impressions out for both of those, and then really kind of deep dive into that.
Yeah.
There's just so many games. There's just no way to keep up. I mean, there's just not enough hours.
Yeah, you're one person. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I do my own editing and stuff. Like, it all takes time.
Yeah.
It takes longer than I think people probably think.
When Stash hits 1 million and he hires an editor, I might throw a few more out then.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That'd be great. That's like, I really would love an editor one day. That would be great. That'd be such a time saver. I could get so much more content. I could run multiple channels if I just had an editor. It'd be great. Awesome, man. Looking forward to that one, especially. Well, I'll probably already be playing Dragon Quest before your first impressions get out. But I'm very curious on the Sonic one because I told myself I'm not going to buy it. But the more I see of it, the more tempted I am because of the shadow stuff. So we'll see. I'll wait for your review on that one.
Yeah. I definitely got a lot of stuff to say about it.
And hey guys, you guys know what's up. I'm Nintendo Prime. How you doing? Host of the show. I guess founder of the show, co-founder of the show, I guess, along with Eric and I guess Thunderstash. You were here from episode 1, weren't you?
I was.
Yeah, you were one of the original. Yeah, that's right. I was like, believe we actually talked about it to make you a permanent part of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's awesome. And then, Andres Restart was a co-founder. I guess he just willfully gave it up. That's all right. He could have asked for a percentage.
Well, he's technically still a co-founder.
He's technically still a co-founder. At some point, I got to start getting the clips out more, and people are going to be like, "Hey, we need a contract in place. I want my cut. I want my cut of those clips." But the channel does not monetize yet. The Nintenbyte Podcast keeps growing, guys. Honestly, I think right now, this is just my personal observation for the Nintenbyte Podcast. We're kind of in a lull. Last couple weeks, kind of in a lull. I think that lull is going to continue. I think a lot of Nintendo fans are sort of in a lull. We're getting to the holiday season, which is wonderful and amazing, but we don't really have anything going on, right? We already had the last game come out, right? We had our Mario and Luigi. Yeah. Anything happening basically? I mean, there's boxing in December.
Boxing fitness.
Yeah. We have Fitness Boxing 3 or whatever, right? Okay, cool. But we don't really have anything that gets us excited until maybe Donkey Kong. And even then, I know a lot of you guys aren't super stoked for the third release of Donkey Kong Country Returns. Some people are pretty hyped for Xenoblade, but that's all the way in March. Like, it's so far away. And then Metroid Prime 4 and Legends EA that I'm pumped for, we're probably not going to hear anything about those games until next year. Maybe Game Awards if we're lucky, but Nintendo usually doesn't give something as big as Metroid Prime there. But maybe they decide to do it because they want that game to get as much advertising as possible. So I kind of want it to be there just for Nintendo. I think it'd be good for the game because Metroid needs as much marketing as possible, in my opinion. But that being said, Jeff Keighley does charge a lot for those slots. So, maybe Nintendo doesn't think they're going to get the return on that slot. I just kind of feel like until February 25th, I think around that time, we're going to get ZA news. I think there'll be some Pokemon ZA news around Pokemon Day. So I kind of just feel like Nintendo fans are sort of in this lull. Yeah. Honestly, we know it's the Switch 2 lull. We know it's once Switch 2 is revealed, it's go time. So until then, the podcast, we were doing really good. We were consistently growing 4, 5, 6, 7,000 views. Now we're kind of back into 3, occasionally 4. And I want to thank all you guys for sticking around. That's like our core audience. I want to thank you guys for sticking around to the show. I do think that as things go deeper into this holiday season without much happening, I'm going to start shifting the show a little bit, getting away from having like Switch 2 be a focus and the topic every single time, and start going with like some more discussion topics and stuff, and just giving you guys like a different vibe. By the way, that doesn't mean we won't talk Switch 2 on the show if something happened. It just won't be the focus of the show. And I think that's probably the best decision to do at this point. So maybe that'll rebound stuff. Maybe it won't. Either way, you core audience are going to be here anyways. We haven't had an episode go below 3K. We know what the core audience is. We have a 3,000 core. You guys are awesome and amazing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting the show. All the super chats, the questions. We didn't get a topic submission. Try to get this in here. It's a new thing we're trying to do. Our 4th topic being chosen by the top super chatter of the night. Just you gotta get you guys are used to the Q&A stuff. We get a lot of the Q&A questions. Now we just gotta get, hey, someone comes in and drops that 20 spot and is like, I want you guys to talk about this thing. Example. One of the topics that could have just to give you guys an example, someone could have super chatted in and said, hey, why don't you talk about this PlayStation acquisition? Just as like an example.
Or Fire Emblem.
Yeah. Like that's what I was saying. Just as an example. So that's just for our audience to kind of get used to, the live audience watching. It's also possible that I might change that up where the topic is set, instead of it being set by super chats live, if people rather just do Q&A ones, that maybe we have people can choose the topics like on Patreon or something like that in the future. That's something I'm also kind of thinking about. Just kind of thinking, because like we're trying to find ways for the audience to have more direction in the show than just the Q&A. That's kind of like the idea. So we'll see. Things are going to evolve. As always, the show needs to constantly evolve. If it doesn't constantly evolve, then it dies. You got to always be striving for that next thing. So we'll figure it out. But anyways, I want to thank you guys for being here, sticking through. You guys are awesome. And we will catch you same time next week. Mike Odyssey will catch you again on the 11th, I believe. December 11th. I think that's the next episode you're on. Is December 11th. All right. Yeah. Go subscribe to everyone that's on our show because they're all awesome.
You live it.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.